All right, just bear with me for just a second here. I just want to make sure I have everything up and running smoothly, and then we'll get right into the show. And I do apologize if you hear a fan in the background. I have one running in the background, so I do apologize if anyone hears that. Please excuse that noise. Um, but of course, I want to open up the show with saying Shalom. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. And this is going to be an open mic. Um, I just wanted to say a little something, man. You know, I was listening to a couple of these characters. I don't remember these guys' name. Um, so some Christian channel or something, but I was listening because someone sent me a link to it yesterday. I couldn't join them. But I was listening in for an hour or so, and these guys were going off the wall, man, talking about, oh, well, the law's done away with, with the I can't sin. That what the hell are these guys saying? Oh, that Babylon is like a religious system or some bullshit like that. Um, oh, it's saying that hell is a place that you go and burn. All types of madness, such as that. Oh, 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Liable Defender. I didn't see you in the back chat. For some reason, it didn't notify me that you were there. I just checked. I clicked on it and I saw you there. So I'm sorry for keeping you waiting, man. What's up?
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Shalom. Shalom.
Yeah, yeah. Shalom, shalom.
Now, we in that time. We back again. Click that link.
Yeah, just like, I mean, hell, man, we need damn Primal Man. We need Primal Man to click that link because, hey, look, man, Primal Man's looking pretty bad right now, man.
Especially, you gotta even like I said, even okay, even when you talk about Primal Man, hey, at least even vocab knows something is wrong, But that dude is off. He believes the whole world is gonna get destroyed.
Yeah, yeah, man. Definitely. That guy's just, it's crazy, man. Crazy what this guy Primal Man's on there talking about. Absolutely ridiculous.
And pertaining to 70 AD, yeah, once again, I do agree that a lot of things
Right
did
here,
take
bear with me.
place.
Bear with me for just a second.
I agree that, you know, a lot of things did take place in 70 AD, but there's a lot of things taking place right now. Like if you read Isaiah 19, Isaiah 13, it speaks about Babylon, which is America, being
Hey, can you hear me,
destroyed.
man?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. It cut off on me for a second, so I had to drop out. But yeah, man. Even vocab, and he's totally going on. But even him, even he can tell that something's going on. But yet this cat primal man be talking about, there's nothing to worry about because we're already living in the kingdom of heaven today. I mean, come on, this is just. Oh, and real
Right.
quick, we got we got Invisible War in the comment section. Yo, brother, click that link. We want to bring you on here, man. Click that link. Let me drop a fresh one in the chat just for you, brother. Let's get you on here. All right, there's a fresh link in the chat. Click that link. Come on here and let's have a friendly discussion.
And
But did
he
you
said
listen to
what
what those? Go ahead.
he said what's Primal Man wrong about? First of all, Primal Man is wrong about everything, but the main point is that everything happened in 70 AD. Like I was making a point, I was saying that, if you go to Isaiah 13 and 19 and various other scriptures, it speaks about Babylon being totally destroyed. And we know that, if you go to modern day Babylon, which is Iraq today, you understand that it wasn't totally destroyed because that land is still inhabited. So we know that there's a place that has to be totally, totally destroyed. And it's this place called America that you people love so much, you know.
right. And these guys won't admit that. As I said, man, Primal Man, that character is looking real bad right now. That's why he really isn't chatting much right now because people are starting to see that he's full of shit. You know what I'm saying? People are starting to see this cat don't really got the answers for the people.
Right, right. And somebody under vocabs the debate that I had with him or whatever like that, and I gave him a spiritual KO. Somebody commented, one of the apologists, so called, commented under it and said, these guys take things too literal. And pertaining to that, he was basically trying to say, we're taking the MOTB too literal, and we're taking who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ skin color too literal. And I just want to touch on that both, a little bit. One thing I can say is you don't need the Bible to know the Lord's skin color. All you got to do is look up, go to Google and type in ancient depictions of the ancient Israelites. You're going to find out you're not going to see no Edomites. You're not going to see little angel baby, Cupid babies, what little white, things on the back and a heart. And, that's not, the angels are not white. The angels are actually black too. You can talk about that too if you want to go deeper into that, but that'll go over a lot of people head. But I just want to touch on that because I
And
thought
another
that.
thing, go
Mhm.
ahead.
You can
Oh,
go. You go.
I was just gonna add on to that. All you got to do if because there's certain people that will agree that the real Israelites are so-called blacks. They'll agree on that, but then they'll say, "Oh, well, Christ, he was probably white." But it's like there's one way to cut that though, because we know that the Israelites were black, but then we also know that Yahushua, right, who they call Christ, he was from the tribe of Judah, right? So if they agree that the Israelites are black, well, wait a second, going by what is that, Hebrews 7:14, right? That Christ came out of the tribe of Judah. So therefore we know that he must be black because he was a Judah. So I mean, they really get cut anyway you look
Right, right, right. They get cut six ways, and oh, another thing I wanted to say about the whole vocab thing, con containing the second part of the debate, if anybody saw it, speaking about the whole, spinning ball earth thing. I'm not gonna touch too much on it because, it's a touchy subject and people don't like to touch on it because they're emotional. But if you wanna like just say, the earth is a spinning ball, let's just say you subscribe to that doctrine. I feel like now knowing that that's not the truth, is even vocab put himself even in a deeper hole because you don't know the MOTB, what you said, honest basically, because you said some bullshit. But then on top of that, now you don't know the shape of the earth. So now you don't know the MOTB. That means you have to add to the scriptures again, which is a harsh prophecy that you don't understand. And then you have to add to the scriptures again because that means you don't understand the creation. And we know what's the consequences to add into the word. So, you got a lot of blood on your hands, my friend. You know, and anybody that follow him out there.
Yo, did you hear what those characters were talking about yesterday? I sent you the link to their show. Did you hear what those characters were talking about?
I was going to take a time out to tune in, but once you started saying that, guys are saying that, the laws is done away with, Romans 13 is talking about the government, you could be a phobo, it just gets, doctrines. That's why I said you got to click that link because now I could, we could talk about it now because sometimes
Hey,
you don't
look,
have.
yeah, man. As I said, I subscribe to the guys, so next time I see them live, I'm gonna hop on there. Because hey, look, these guys are easy mode, man. These guys ain't too deep. They want to come on there and act all deep, which I'll give them credit on one thing though. Because I always ask them, certain questions just to see, what level they're on in the scriptures. There's one thing that they got right that really did surprise me because I didn't expect it.
He said,
I asked them, yeah, I asked them, does the Most High make evil? And he said yes, and he showed the same scripture we show. So I was like, oh, okay. On that particular topic, I'll give him credit. But then he really goes off on pretty much everything else he was on there.
somebody said in the comments, no one in heaven is black. Look, what I just want you to know that you're speak. I just want to know that I just want you to know you're speaking against what's in the heavens. You know, so the heavens, hey, they kind of looking down on you, and then they kind of saying, "Look, you don't know what's going on up there." It's like I said, there are so-called black people in heaven. I know you don't want to believe it. I know it sounds crazy, like these guys are racist or whatever you think, because that's just not the case. You could come on the link, you could click the link, and we could deal with it. You understand? Now, if you want to talk about us so-called rationing, let's give an example of what I mean by that. When you go to Daniel 7 and 9, it speaks about the Most High, not his son. It speaks about the Most High having hair like wool. Now, there's different type of sheep of that nature, cool. But who on the earth walks around with woolly hair as a nation of people? Who has you? And don't try to say, oh, everybody has woolly hair. No. If you look at our people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, first of all, I'm around them all day, every day. So I want to give you a testimony that most of the Israelites have woolly hair. Most of us have woolly hair. You know, that's just the truth. Now, why would that need to be put in the Bible for who? For us to know that we can look in the Bible and identify ourselves. Like, oh, Christ had woolly hair, black, you gotta put the pieces together. You if you That's another reason why people they don't like to read the Bible, because they think it's about a whole bunch of Edomites. So I wouldn't want to open up the Bible when it's not talking about me, or I can't see myself. If you look in the scriptures and you're able to see yourself, you're like, yeah, I could dig it. I could get down with what you're putting down, and that's just how it is. You got to deal with it. You'll find out the hard way. So that's it.
Right, right. As I said, man, it's just I was sitting there listening for 2 hours, right? Because Pop's son, Mike was on there. He wanted me to hop on, but I couldn't at the moment. But I was sitting there listening. These guys are like totally going off, saying, "Oh, you can eat whatever you want today." Then I even asked them, is a man being with a man? I gotta watch the words I use on here, but
Right, right.
same-sex marriage, oh, that's not a sin, right? He asked me, well, where can I show that being a sin? Because I can't use the Old Testament because that's all done away with, right?
All,
We don't
all
have
you
to
had to
follow
do
any
is
rules.
All you had to do is go to First Corinthians 6 verse 9. It speaks about if you, the things that you won't the things that if you do these things you won't be able to enter into the kingdom of heaven. And one of it speaks
True.
about
Who's the brother we got on here? Is that Infinity War?
Yeah, it's invisible. What's that?
Hey, what's up, man? Shalom, welcome to the show.
Howdy.
All right, so go ahead and let's kick this thing off because me and you were having a chat the other day. Rudy, right? I can call you Rudy because I can remember that name easier.
No, it's up to you.
Okay, yeah. So Rudy, I remember we were talking the other day in the chat, right? I was asking you if the Most High made evil or not. You said that he did, make evil, but he himself is not the one that orchestrates, the evil in the world. Like he's not the one doing it, but he was the one who lets it happen, right? Could you? I don't want to misrepresent what you're saying, so could you reiterate that for us?
Yeah. He doesn't commit the evil himself. He just enacts it. Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
Bible defender, can you pull up was that First Kings chapter 22 verse 23 for me?
Since he
uh,
says he doesn't sin.
well, I gotta get the scriptures. Let me get the Bible.
Wait, could you hear me? I think
Just
it's
give
because
me
we're
a
in the
minute.
earphone.
Just give me a minute real fast.
Yep,
You
yep.
said
Take your
first
time.
you said first Kings, right?
Yeah, First Kings chapter 22 and verse 23.
All right. Let's pull it up.
Because the brother said, I want to remember this. The brother said that the Most High is not the one that does the evil himself, right? So I just want to bring this verse up, and then he can tell me if I'm misunderstanding it or something.
Right.
Fucking good.
First Kings, you said 22, right?
Yeah, 22 verse 23.
22 verse 23. It says, I could I could start at 22. It
Go
says,
ahead.
"In the Lord." It says, and the Lord said unto him, Wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, Thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so. Now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee.
So the Lord spoken evil. So the Lord sending, first of all, right? The Lord sending a lying spirit, right? Would you agree that it's an evil thing to lie to somebody? Would you agree that's like
Lying,
evil to lie to somebody?
lying itself is pretty evil, but if he's just sending the demon to tempt someone, it's not really his fault if they sin.
No,
But
no, no.
God's
He's not
given the
sent.
permission.
Yeah, he's sending a demon to tempt someone. Does that mean that God's committing the evil? Wait, are you asking me?
Yeah, hold on a second, brother.
Wait, you hear me?
Uh,
Hello?
No, we can hear you, but the point is, he's
Yeah,
sending a lie. He's sending a lying spirit on the person, not to
yeah,
tempt them. When you use something to tempt somebody, it's like if I put a woman in front of you and I say, "Look,
yeah,
don't talk to her." So he's sending the lying spirit on them already. So
all right,
I'll
you
give
see
an
that?
example. If the Lord right now puts a spirit on me to say one. Who did that? The Lord made me say one. I wasn't tempted to do that. He literally made me do that. You understand?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, I
that's
see.
that's the
So,
point,
I
you know.
mean,
And
is it evil for God to send a demon to test someone? Is testing someone evil, or is it just an act to test someone's love or whatever?
I mean, the scriptures speak about you being every man is tempted when he's drawn at his own lust. And I give an example what the scriptures mean by
Well,
that. Let's say you're thinking about something, in a sexual deviance way. You're drawn to your own lust, because the scriptures speak about the Most High doesn't tempt any man. And when you're brought into temptation, it's usually from your mind, because your mind is in control of your whole body. And the example I gave you is, and that's why the scriptures speak about, you got to be able to control your thoughts, because you'll go off if you can't control your thoughts. That's why people
yeah,
kill themselves, because they can't control their thoughts. you know
yeah, they're probably filled with LGBT demons or something.
right, yeah, you
yeah.
gotta you
So
gotta gotta watch the words you
wait.
use pertaining to that.
Not to inter. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I had to drop out for a second because
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
internet's
we
not
can hear
the
you. We can hear you. We can hear
Okay,
Yeah,
you.
cool.
yeah,
Go ahead
yeah.
and pull up. Since the brothers say the Most High doesn't do the evil, right? Let's get Amos 3 and 6, one of my personal favorites. We'll read it for the brother,
Oh,
and he can
okay.
explain to me how I'm misunderstanding it.
All right,
Wait,
all
did
right.
you just call me
Amos.
brother?
Let's go to Amos 3, verse 6. Let's go. Um, this is
Yeah,
Amos.
Rudy, listen closely, Rudy. Listen to this one.
Amos
Yeah,
3. Amos
NSA.
Amos 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord have not done it?
So it says the Most High is the one that does the evil.
Yeah, you
Right.
said it. He's taking responsibility for the city that's committing evil.
No,
Just
it
like he
doesn't. It
takes
doesn't say that.
responsibility for people who
That's
sin.
not. That's not what it
No,
says. That's not what it
no,
says. It says.
It
no.
It
says,
says.
has the
Hold on a
Lord
second,
done it?
brother.
What
Hold
has the
on.
Lord done exactly?
Hold on a second. It says, if there is evil in the city, was not the Lord the one that done it? That's what the verse says. It didn't say the city's the one that's evil. It said the Lord's the one that sent that evil in this city. Just like
Right.
I'll give you a perfect example, brother. Well, you see what's going on in Ukraine right now, right? The Most High is the one who put it into Putin's mind to go in there and to try to take over Ukraine. I'll show you that. What is that?
Of course,
Proverbs
because
21:1.
yeah, because God's above the Illuminati.
Well, if you want to
But
look at it from that aspect, okay, but the main point was he trying to show you that the Lord is the one doing the evil. He's behind the deception.
So
And the
is
example
God
that
Putin? Is God
no, no,
Putin?
no, that's not the point, brother.
Then
That's
why
not
is
the point.
Putin's the one committing the evil?
Yeah,
yo, go
because
ahead
God
and
is
Is God
go
forcing
ahead.
Putin?
I'll show you.
Is
I'll
he
show you.
forcing it?
Go
This is
go
a simple
ahead.
question.
Hold on,
Is
brother. Hold
God
on a second.
forcing Putin to do evil?
I'm going
we're
to
gonna
show
show
you
you,
the
we're gonna
answer.
show you, we're gonna show you.
Alright.
Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1. That's the perfect answer there.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter
Verse 1.
21 and verse 1. It says, "The king's heart, which is your mind, is in the hand of the Lord, and as the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will." So, at the end of the day, the Most High is the one in control of these different rulers, minds. So he has the
So is
ability
it
to turn it to whethersoever he will. So if the Lord want to make me jump out the window right now, he could do that. So that's what it's talking
Yeah,
about. So the Lord,
let's give him one more.
so it's
Let's
not
give him
just
one
limited
more.
to rulers?
Revelation. Hold on, brother. Hold on. Real quick. Let's give him one more scripture. Revelation 17. What is that? Verse 16 or verse 17? The Lord put it into their
yeah,
minds.
yeah,
Let's give
yeah.
him that one.
Revelation 17 and verse 17. Revelation 17 and verse 17. It says Yahweh, the name for the actual name of the Most High. For Yahweh have put in their minds, listen to that, which is your heart. For Yahweh have put in their minds to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of Yahweh shall be fulfilled.
So it sounds like
So what do you think about that?
God basically just drew their will to do sin or whatever. Like
I'll
he
give you
just like orchestrated it.
I'll give you a better understanding.
Is
If
that orchestrating?
you're the Lord is making you talk right now.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I
So
could believe
so
that.
yeah, so wait, you don't believe that the Lord is making you talk right now? Whatever you're saying, the
No,
Lord
I thought
is
I could
control.
believe that.
Right, right. So that's what it's talking about in the scripture. The Lord has put it on the minds of these kings to fulfill his will. America is only going to be destroyed because the Lord wants it to be destroyed. He's going to put it on the minds of these different rulers to shoot their nuclear missiles on America. That's what he's going to do. So, that's what we're putting down. We're telling you that the Most High is fully sovereign and he's the one in full control of everything that's going on. The deception, the evil, the good, the bad,
Okay.
life, death, poverty, riches,
Well,
whatever happens
do
to
you
you is
believe
of the
in free
Most High.
will? Do you
No,
believe in
there's
free
there's
will?
wow, we're gonna get a scripture on that. We're gonna show you there's no such
Yo,
thing as
yo,
free
Mm,
will.
real
in
quick.
scriptures,
Let
no
me chime
opinions.
in. I want to chime in real quick. Hey, Rudy, let me ask you something, brother. Is it evil to deceive people?
It depends.
Is it or not?
Yeah, I'd say it
It should be an
depends.
easy answer.
Because what if you just mislead someone, but it wasn't like exactly unnecessary to mislead them. That'd be
Do you
just
know the Most High? Do you know the Most High misleads people on purpose? Though, I can show you that. Do you know that?
all right. Let's see it. Actually, I don't really care,
It's
but yeah, you can go ahead.
what is that? Job 12:16 or 2 Thessalonians 2:11. You can read those on your own. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't understand the standpoint you're coming at, brother, because you're making us look like we're the ones making it
So
up when we say the
so
Most
are
High
you
is the one
saying?
behind the evil, but yet we literally show you in the scriptures, and you can't really combat what we're saying. Yet you understand what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say.
I mean,
Wait,
I may be able to read those literally, but I don't think you saying that he does evil is the right interpretation.
But wait, I
so
wanna
the
I wanna
verse
ask
that
you this
literally
question.
No,
go ahead,
it's like
go ahead.
saying Satan has no free will.
I wanna
Like
ask you
he's
I
just
wanna ask
doing
you
it
this
because
question.
God made him. Did
Is your
God make
problem
Satan do all
is
that? Or
hold on,
what else did he
Wait,
yes,
do?
yes.
wait. Wait, hold on, Rudy. Rudy, say that again, brother. I couldn't hear you.
Did God make Satan do evil?
Yes,
Well,
yes, he
I'll say
controls
this.
Satan
If
too.
you go to, yeah, if you go to Job,
He
the second
controls
chapter,
Satan.
Yes,
we're
yes.
going to show you. Just go to
I
Job,
mean,
the
I think he
second
limits
chapter.
them.
Job chapter 2 tells you that Satan had to go to the Most High to get permission in order to do evil. And then also with the
Yeah,
demonic spirit, if you go to the verse we read earlier, just up in the chapter in First Kings, the
he went
22nd
through
chapter,
permission. All right.
it speaks about how the demons on the right hand and on the left hand, they had to go to the Most High to get the permission in order to go do anything, right? So even Satan, going by Job 2, he had to get the Most High's permission in order to
Right.
go and bring evil upon
So
somebody. So the Most
is
High is the one in
allowing,
control. Go ahead.
so in this instance, is allowing evil the same as committing the evil?
No, look, I
Like
no,
he's
that's that.
basically
Now,
just allowing,
I
he's just
don't want to.
allowing the demon.
No, I didn't want to interrupt you, but now I could, answer the question because I want to get your understanding.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think what you're missing is you're literally the Most High is not on. He's in the third heavens right now. He's not the one literally doing the evil, like taking part in the evil. Like I'm on the earth and I'm the one
Yeah.
committing mayhem physically. No, he's using everyone as puppets. You're in your whatever you're doing right now in life is your lot. You have a lot on the earth. Whether your lot is to be a homo, whether your lot is to make it to the kingdom of heaven, whether your lot is to be a rich, poor, whatever it is, you're in your lot. And I think that's where we're having I guess discrepancy because it's not. I mean, it's really not that hard to understand. The Most High is fully in control of everything that's going on, literally everything. If what I the this whole world not being destroyed yet is out of the hands of the Most High. I mean, can't you see it crumbling at a high rate and the evil increasing at an all-time high? Right? You think the Most High just want to look, you know, from the spinning ball Earth inside Job, and look down and see see people just committing all okay. Picture yourself like this: if you was the Most High, which you're not, and you just sitting here, you're watching adultery, fornication, wickedness, all of this mayhem going on every day, all day, and you think the Most High has nothing to say about this? He just gonna leave it, just like this? No,
I
he's
mean,
gonna
he
judge.
basically discouraged sin. It's like, yeah, he's mad.
No, the Lord is the Lord is saving this place for a specific time. The scriptures speak about in the book of
Yeah, but isn't
Proverbs.
he mad at sin? Isn't he mad at the people doing sin?
Right, right, right. He's mad at the people doing sin, right? But then
Yeah.
there's a level to it because if I'll give an example, right? Just like I told you, no man is tempted unless he's drawn to his own lust. So the Lord is not the one tempting you. Whatever if you think something in your mind, at the end of the day, you have to understand that you have to be able to control your thoughts and your body. You have to, yeah, like and the scriptures speak about in Romans 7, there's things that you don't want to do that you may do, because it's sin that dwells in your body, because you're not perfect in this flesh. Your job is to try to get that perfection. Matthew 5:48 speaks about be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father in heaven is perfect. Now, you can't be perfect like the Most High, so you don't let that go over your head and say, you know what, the scriptures say, be perfect, so be perfect like the Most High. So now I'm gonna try to be on the level of the Most High. No, you got to
So
be as
I want
perfect.
I
Yeah, I'm
want to
not
bring
fan
up
of
a
one.
couple more. I want to bring up a couple more subjects. I was listening. Rudy, I was remembering the other day you were on with, the Mind the Golf, right? When he made his resurgence, he was on the stream and you joined him. I was listening to it
Yeah, I
and you
didn't
guys
even
were
know what I
having
was
a
talking
discussion.
about. I was just like,
Yeah, yeah. You were talking about hell with him, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I just want to ask you one thing on that. Bible Defender, can you go ahead and get the book of Psalms, chapter 16 and verse 10 for me? And then, Rudy, I got to ask you after reading the scripture, can you tell me when or how was King David in hell? Can you tell me that?
No, I don't even know, but in my vision, hell was like all dark. And yeah, I saw like the gulf and stuff, the gulf dividing the people from the other
Oh,
people.
you're talking about that Dante's Inferno, right?
I mean, it doesn't really look like it, like a bunch of houses and shit, like in Dante's Inferno, but it's a little different. I'd say it's a little
All right.
different.
You
Okay.
said
Okay. Well, let's read
you said
this.
Psalm 16 and what?
It's a bit.
Psalms chapter 16 and verse 10.
Okay, Psalm 16 verse 10. It says, "For thou would not leave." Listen to this. Just listen. Psalm 16 verse 10. It says, "For thou would not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thine holy one to see corruption."
What does that mean?
I don't even. Wait, could you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can
We
hear
hear
you.
you now.
All right, yeah, because I'm using the not mic,
Right, but
but you
he
keep
said he
going.
don't really know. He said he don't really know.
Yeah, I don't really get it. I don't really. I haven't studied it in like a year.
Okay. Okay. But the reason I'm bringing this up, brother, is I'm trying to show you, like, I'll give you another perfect example. Bible defender, go ahead and get Jonah chapter 2 and verse 2. Now, Rudy, I'm sure you're familiar with the story of Jonah, right? He got swallowed by a
Yeah,
massive
he called
fish,
it
right? So
belly hell.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
we're gonna
pretty
show
sure
you how they called it. Go
it
ahead.
was like a metaphor, like a simile or something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
did
but
you
that's
do you
that's
think?
the whole point we're trying to make, that in the Bible, when it uses the word hell, it doesn't mean a place that you go and burn, but rather it means a condition of
Earth.
suffering that plays out on the earth that we're on. And that's what
So
Mind of
does this
God was
mean?
was trying to explain.
Wait, so does this mean you think Earth is hell? Like living is hell?
Well, we'll say this.
Like
In the
just the
Bible,
messengers?
I'll explain it this way. In the Bible, whenever you see the word hell, it either means the physical earth we stand on or a condition of suffering. But however, they're both synonymous with one another, because the place where judgment takes place is on the earth. So the place where the hell takes place is on earth. Like, I'll give you an example. Have you ever heard somebody use the statement, if they're going through a difficult time, they might say, "Oh, I'm catching hell, right? I'm catching hell." Does that mean they're actually on fire burning? Of course not. It just means that they're going through a difficult period of time in
Yeah,
their
I guess
life
we
or
could say
whatever,
that.
right? So what we're showing you is that in the Bible, if you go to what is that, Ecclesiastes 3, verse 21, it tells you that the place where judgment takes place, is the earth. Oh, excuse me, not what the hell's that scripture? Um, damn, it'll come back to me in a second. Oh, if you go to Ecclesiastes 3, what is that, verse 16, I believe? But it tells you that the earth is the place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
16 and
yeah,
17.
that one. You can get that for the brother, but it tells you that this is the place where judgment takes place. So we'll read
So
this and then we can have a
Earth is
discussion.
where judgment. So Earth is where Judgment Day is gonna occur.
Yeah, we'll
Right,
read it
right,
for you,
right,
brother.
right. We'll
I
read
mean,
it
it
for you.
sounds like I'm pretty much being schooled right now because I don't know shit about the Bible, but I basically disagree with like half the shit, half the whatever you guys are talking about. I just don't know how to cite it though.
Well, that means you
Well,
don't
we
know.
can talk
So,
about
but it's cool. It's all right.
Yeah,
This
I'm
is
basically being schooled or
this is
whatever.
this is Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 16. It says, "And moreover, I saw under the sun." So you gotta listen to that. Under the sun.
No
Under the sun
voice.
is on the earth, right? It says, "And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, which is the earth, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there."
right. So it's showing you that the place where you suffer is here on the earth, not in the place that you go when you pass away.
Right.
Yeah, see.
So when you gotta understand that, that the earth is specifically hell. And every time you read in the Bible, hell, or Christians think they see hell. And I'll give an example. If you go to
I
the
mean,
book
I'd
of
have to
Revelation.
like study those verses and everything, and I can't just go off some idea that you guys just interpreted it
Well,
just
well,
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 I
now.
mean, we'll look into the scripture, man. That's why, because here's the funny thing. You probably never heard of those precepts before, so that's why I wanted to show you them so you can research
Yeah, I
them in your
probably
own
haven't,
free
honestly.
time, so you can come to a better realization and understanding of those texts in your own personal free time. You can do the research on them.
oh, oh, oh.
So,
And then another good precept is if you read Job, the third chapter speaks about the righteous and the wicked sleeping together. You
Oh,
know,
good
and
point.
right. So if the righteous and the wicked are sleeping together, wouldn't that mean they're in the same place of rest when they die? You know, so at the end of the day, you know, it's just all about coming to
Yeah,
understanding.
that could be interpreted like soul
It's
sleep.
not, it's, huh?
That could be interpreted like soul sleep.
What do
Well,
you mean? Like,
the souls do go to sleep. That's what we're saying. When you die, your
Yeah,
spirit
but they
departs
just
from your
stay
body and
asleep.
you go up to the Most High, and then you go into you go into sleep, and we can show you that in many
Yeah,
places of the scripture. But what we're saying
yeah. The
is that
difference
they'll
is
go
when
straight.
they arise. We agree that they go to sleep, but the difference is just when they arise.
well, I'm gonna show you all every. When you die, your body's at rest and your spirit goes up to the Most High. We're gonna show you that. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 7. It says, "Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto the Most High who gave it." So when you die, your body's at rest, but your spirit ultimately goes up to the Most High. You understand? And that was the point of, you know, when you know dust returns to the earth, you know, and it says when you go to third Job, the third chapter, the wicked and the righteous, you know, sleep together. You know, that's what it's talking about. Because why would the wicked be in the same place as the righteous after they die? That doesn't make sense unless you subscribe to the understanding that we're telling you, or you know, if you're saying a new doctrine that you know the wicked and the righteous are burning in hell, which you know you have to show me that in the Bible because that's not in there. You understand? So that's just it.
Yeah.
So let's okay. Well, let's do this then. I don't want to misrepresent what you're saying, Rudy. So I'll let you confirm for yourself. But if I'm not mistaken, it was either you or somebody else I was talking to in the Discord, and one of you was saying that basically you can eat whatever you want today. Was that you saying that, or is that another brother in the Discord?
No, that was most likely me. Oh
Can
yeah,
we talk
I
about that a
sent the
little bit?
pork. Yeah, I sent the pork like facts about what the vitamins or something that's in pork. Yeah, I sent that.
Is it? Let me ask you a question. Is it a sin to
Mhm.
eat pork?
No.
Mm.
What? Okay, let's deal with this. What is sin according to the scriptures? If you don't know the
Uh,
answer, brother, you
no, I don't. No, I do. I already said it because I said it like 3 times before, but I just don't remember. It's
well,
like
Hold on.
blasphemy. Son.
Can we slow it down real fast? I don't mean to cut you off, ETT, but you know,
go ahead.
a whole lot of do you know by any chance do you smoke or anything like that?
I mean, yeah, but even before I did, I was just hella forgetful.
Oh man.
Like before
So
I
so
did, I
you
was still
so
forgetful.
so you, you smoking, you eating pork. Come on, brother. You
Yeah,
gotta you gotta you gotta
I'm like Primal Man.
that's who
What
you
happened to
follow,
Primal
Primal
Man?
Man?
I mean, he smokes.
Well
Hey,
that dude, he's
Primal
clear.
Man don't know what the hell's going on.
Right,
I
right.
mean, yeah,
Exactly.
I guess you got a point
Hey,
there.
really, Primal Man will be telling you you're living in the kingdom of heaven today, man.
I mean, you believe it's hell. I mean,
So
I'm
it's
not
the kingdom
too
of
far
heaven.
from.
Do you agree with him on that?
No, I don't believe this is heaven. No, it describes heaven as
Okay,
like
good.
ethereal or
Okay, good.
something. This doesn't really
But
look
but,
ethereal.
but you see, their whole theology is that the end time is taking place in the first century, right? That all the
Yeah,
prophecies in the
that's a good
scriptures were
question.
fulfilled in the first century, right? So we're living basically in the kingdom of God, but it's not like a physical kingdom, it's more like a spiritual kingdom. That's what his whole
Yeah.
theology was. I debated him on it like a month or two
So,
ago, but it just shows you that
so,
these guys are just crazy with what they believe.
so in like a sentence, where is heaven?
Well, when you read the scriptures, it depends on the verse in question, because when it mentions heaven, it can mean a few different things. It can mean the physical sky above our heads. It can mean a condition of
Yeah,
rulership,
true.
or it can
All
mean
right, let me be
actual
specific.
kingdom of heaven. So it
Yeah,
depends on
where's
the
the,
context.
do you know where the kingdom of heaven is located?
Well, the kingdom of heaven is not here yet. That comes in the future. It's going to be here on the earth.
So where do you think it's located now? If you had to, like, where you're gonna say third heaven?
No, it's when I say third heaven, it's above the firmament, and we use the words third heaven because the Revelation 7 speaks about a war in heaven. And a lot of people is using that scripture and saying, it's going to be a war out of space, and that's just
With the
madness.
UFOs?
So no,
Oh,
no,
well, we
no,
got
no.
to talk about
What?
this.
Well,
It's gonna be
the
a war
UFO,
space like movie.
the UFOs are the angels of the Most High. You know, if
So
you
they
don't know that,
so the UFOs are angels and not things that angels use to drive around.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
What the brother's
Or
saying,
is it
yeah,
both?
what the brother's saying is that the UFOs are the vehicles that the angels
right,
are
right.
in, and it tells you that in Ezekiel the first chapter, and Ezekiel
Yeah.
the 10th chapter. And I was asking you, Rudy, you might not have saw my comment in the Discord, but I was asking you because you made a joke about, oh, this guy's saying that these UFOs are the angels' chariots.
But
It's
I
like, okay,
cannot
cool.
believe
Well,
someone. Yeah, I was
I
totally
gotta ask
stumped
you
by
a
that.
question. I do have something for you though, Rudy. I do have to ask though, just out of curiosity, is reading Ezekiel 1 and Ezekiel 10, or other places in the scriptures where it mentions the chariots of the Most High, what are those? Because if we're wrong, if our understanding of them
Ezekiel
being
one
so-called
ten.
UFOs, from your understanding, what are they then?
So wait, did you say Ezekiel 1:10 or Ezekiel 1 and 10?
Excuse me, Ezekiel the first chapter, and then it speaks about them again in the 10th chapter.
Oh, all right. Let me just. I don't know. Let me just. So the wheel that Ezekiel saw.
Yeah, it speaks about them, wheels within wheels, right? And then, which I don't have it in front of me, but if you read the description, it's speaking about these UFOs. Okay, these they call them Tic Tac UFOs, or white orbs, and they all come in different shapes and sizes. But the things that the people are seeing in the sky that's unexplainable, those are the chariots of the Most High. That's what we're saying.
All right.
The world calls
Quick
them
question.
UFOs, but that's not what they
So
are. They just call them that.
they're just basically just some social engineering. Anyway, so could the government create UFOs? Like, do they have like as above, so below UFOs?
I mean,
Um,
they could. I mean,
I'll
I'm
say
sure they
that.
Like,
could
do you
make
believe
some
they have
type
that
of
advanced
UFO,
technology?
but not the kind. Go ahead,
I'll
Bible
say
Thumper.
that. I'll say this: the CIA and the elites. I did a video on it. I did a lesson on it actually. They said that these UFOs are extraterrestrial beings because they've shot missiles at these so-called UFOs. They've did different things to um try to throw these UFOs off, and every time there's something catastrophic happening. When they're trying these things. I'll give an example. They thought they had an exact target on one of the UFOs, and they shot a missile at it, and it just disappeared. They didn't see it again. So they know now that these UFOs they're immortal beings. So they're not they
They're
know
just
what they are. So
invincible.
I don't believe I don't know if I wouldn't say that they can't create something like a UFO, but what the UFOs can do according to the Bible and what they've seen, I don't think they can create anything like that. But hey,
Yeah, it seems too advanced. If
yeah,
it,
yeah, I would agree. It is way too
I
advanced for
mean,
them to create something like that. And then
yeah,
if you ever seen the chariot up close, which I've seen, the chariots is more like it's they're like fast vehicles in the sky. Like if you ever see a chariot is just it's going, you may look at it as going slow, but if you ever tried to
from
catch
a
up to it,
distance.
it's going it's going up at a different speed. So those chariots. Now look, that's why the brother said if you don't want to subscribe to what we believe the chariots are, which we know, you have to now either say those are aliens, which you got to prove that, or you have to say they're just something else, or you have to come up with some government conspiracy theory, which hey, you got to be able to prove that too. So Everything you say, you gotta prove.
Yeah, basically. I mean, you can't really prove a lot the Illuminati does, but you can do something. Yeah, definitely a
Right,
way to
right. But
put it.
let me say this, because I listen to a lot of these guys out there that are talking about, oh, that the whole UFOs, was made to trick people, to believe in aliens, to push that ball earth agenda, or some nonsense like that. But you see the whole thing, hey, look, the government has you tricked no matter what you believe, whether you believe that the mainstream media, they want you to think that they're little green men from Mars. And I grew up listening to shows like Ancient Aliens and stuff like that. I was always into that type of stuff, so I
Yeah,
believe
that's
that.
fucking
But then when
trash.
it came to the truth, Christians teach that, oh, well, that's Satan and the demons and those UFOs are going to fake, an alien invasion to trick people. So whatever you believe in,
Puppy
whether it's
boobing.
the religious, yeah, let me finish real quick. If you believe in what the Christians teach, such as the UFOs are satanic, demons in there, if you believe that, or whether you believe that they're little green men from another planet, if you believe any of those, they got you in the trick bag. Because the truth is that those UFOs are actually the Most High's angels in there, right? And that's the truth they don't want you to know about, because who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ is going to return on those UFOs. And that's what they don't want people to know about.
Right.
So I assume you don't believe in aliens?
No, no, there is no such thing as no damn aliens, brother.
No reptilians? I believe in reptilians. The only evidence I have is just that the Illuminati says that they exist. By through mockery and shit. You already know what they do.
Do you
They
believe
could just
in the bowl earth, brother?
no, I believe the concave Earth is on
Concave.
Saturn's moon.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, wait a second. You said concave. Now Samuel Owen's going to be summoned to do a 12-hour live stream about us because you mentioned the word concave Earth. Just messing with you.
Yeah, he might do something like that. He might react in a way.
Hey, Samuel Owens believes that he himself is the
He's got ears
Christ.
everywhere.
So, I mean,
I mean, it's not like concave as he puts it, but yeah, you can't really like. You're never gonna see the Earth end to end and know for sure. You can just tell by evidence. Like
so
you're
it
gonna
like,
see.
does it like cave in on itself, or like what is it?
I don't know. I have a picture of it lost somewhere, but what was it? Oh
Oh,
yeah,
well,
but
don't worry
it's
about it.
on Saturn's
Don't
moon,
worry
so it
about
doesn't
it.
really matter. It's on
Okay,
Saturn's
okay.
moon.
All right, that's fine. Well, anyway, let's go into the whole thing. I was asking you because you said that it was okay to eat whatever you wanted, So I just wanted to ask you,
Pork.
where can you show me that in the scriptures,
Yeah,
specifically speaking of pork, right? I always like to use that one, but we know there are certain other foods, like certain
yeah. Let
sea
me just think
creatures
of it.
and other creatures like that, but I like to say pork because represents that with the other ones in Leviticus, the 11th chapter. But just for argument's sake, we'll stick with pork because I'd like to use that one. So you're saying it is okay to eat that today, right?
Yeah.
But how could you prove it?
He says in some if I'm right, it's Revelation something that if you take food with prayer and thanksgiving and sanctify it, then anything is good to eat. And what defileth the man is not what he eats, etc.
That's in Matthew
Wait,
15, brother.
Yeah, man, he's talking about
yeah.
Matthew the 15th chapter. But you see, you don't understand that chapter though, because if you
So
read the
like, does it
context of
reference
the
pork and all food, or is it just like some
well,
type of metaphor?
well, no,
No, no,
I'll
no.
tell you the exact answer because I'm very familiar with what you're talking about because we always go into this with
Yeah, I'm
certain
sure you've
guys
heard
in
it
the room.
before, no doubt.
Yeah, but here's the understanding: is it's not talking about food at all. If you read the whole context, he was talking about eating without washing your hands. So what Christ was saying, it's not that what goes in the mouth that defiles the man, but that what comes out. And then if you read on down, he reiterates, but to eat without washing your hands, that does not defile the man. So he was talking about the germs that enter your mouth, off of, your hands, they go into your food, if you eat without washing your hands. So he was saying that that does not defile you because you have an immune system that can fight off anything that gets in your body. That's what Christ was talking about. So it's a misconception that he was talking about eating whatever you want. That's a misconception. That's not what it's talking about. And we can show you it. Just got to read the second verse in the chapter, brother.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not as good as at explaining as you guys, but I could just take what you say.
Right, right. I mean, at the end of the day, brother, we just here. We're talking about the scriptures, like that's why ETT said some of the hell scriptures that we brought out. You got to go look at for to yourself and come
The
up with
demons are
not
suffering in hell right now.
say it
Like,
again.
where are the demons like weeping and gnashing with teeth right now?
I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean by weeping and gnashing? What do you mean
Yeah,
by that?
like are demons in hell right now? Like
Uh,
on Earth?
well, you have people that have demons on them.
Yeah, but are the demons suffering though? Because that's basically the point of hell.
Are the
Well,
demons
Like I don't
suffering?
really think I don't think the demons are suffering. I'm pretty sure they're having like the time of their life right now. They're having the time of
well,
their life.
I'll say this: we see certain parts in the scriptures where the demons are in interacting with people, whether they're possessing people, whether Satan was speaking with Christ in what is that? Matthew the fourth
Yeah,
chapter, and then Job, First Kings, we see demonic spirits in the scriptures. So they're on the Lord's left hand side, where He can send them where He wants, so He can do what He wants with them.
yeah, that reminds me of a verse where a demon tells Jesus, "Have you come to torture us before the time we burn in hell or something?" Yeah, the demon asked Jesus if he's gonna torture him before he sends him to hell.
Well, we'll say this because I know what you're talking about. It doesn't use the word hell in there.
Yeah,
But they will
true.
have the part. They'll have their part in the lake of fire, but the lake of fire itself is not hell, and I can show you that if you just go to Revelation 20 and verse 14. It tells you that death
Oh,
and
so
hell
the
was cast
yeah,
into the lake of fire. So hell can't be the lake of fire because it said that hell is going to be cast into it. So
yeah, not saying
how
hell is
could
a
it
lake
be
of
hell?
fire.
What was that?
Not saying the hell is a lake of fire. Here, let me. Do you need
Yeah,
the verse or something?
yeah. Revelation 20 and verse 14. You can read that on in your own time.
All right, yeah, but yeah, that's the verse I'm referencing.
Yeah, yeah. It speaks about you asking what is the lake of fire?
No, I'm saying that the demon told Jesus, "Have you come to torture us before the time we go to hell or something?" I'm pretty sure the demon said something like that.
I believe I know what verse you're talking about, but it doesn't use the word hell in there. It
Yeah,
just said, you come to
I mean,
torment
it
us before
basically
some time.
implies hell, though. It doesn't say hell, but it implies it.
Well, as I said, they will be in the lake of fire. I agree with that, but as I said, the lake of fire itself is not hell. Going by the
So,
scripture. Go ahead.
okay, no, that's it.
But let me ask you though, because as I said, man, let me ask you this: How long have you been studying the scriptures?
Probably a good 5 years
Five
on and
years.
off.
You
Yeah,
Bible
on and
defender, how
off.
long have you been in this truth, man?
Uh, 3 going on 4 and next
Okay,
January.
okay, let's use that. So
I feel
Bible
like
defender's only been in the truth for 3-4 years,
yeah,
right? But you're
yeah.
saying
You
you've
guys
been
no
in this for
doubt.
5. Yeah, no, no,
Yeah,
hold on, brother. Hold on a second. The
yeah. I
reason I'm
won't deny
saying
you guys
this,
no.
okay, the only reason I'm saying this, the reason I'm making this a point, that you see how well versed Bible defender is, man. He has the answers for all these questions, but then when they ask you certain questions, you really can't give me a good answer. Like, let me ask you this: Where can you show me
Yeah, I
other
can't
than
really
Matthew
think
the
of it off the
15th
top of my
chapter?
head. Wait, what?
Where can you show me a little? Let's do this. Besides the verse that you think's talking about food, right? Matthew 15. Besides that, where else can you show me that you can eat whatever you want? That it's okay today to do that. Where else can you show me that in the scriptures?
I mean, yeah, you guys can basically just like think off the top of your head better than me. Honestly, I don't even talk like that. So you guys are obviously like more used to it.
Wait, wait. I notice a lot of people try to. I notice a lot of people try to say that about us, like because Mike, the brother Mike says, "Oh, the brother Bible defender could quote a lot of scriptures off his head. How do you think I'm able to do that? That just comes with reading every day. So it's like it's embedded in my mind every day. If you keep it's called repetition. Reading. If you read every day, all day, the words are now gonna be in your mind. That's why I could quote the scriptures exactly what they say. Because I literally, if I just read it, I should be able to quote it, or I should be able to remember it. Oh, but maybe you can't do that. I'm just saying because you smoke. So you forget a little bit. You can't really get in tune with your mind because the
Yeah,
chemical yeah, I know the chemicals in your brain is not allowing you to function that good with the scriptures. So you got to stop smoking, brother. That's maybe another reason why you're not able to fully function and get understanding because you got to throw that smoking demon away. I mean, at the end of the day, brother, everybody
how
got
do
their
I change?
everybody got their own demons, but you got to leave it alone. Especially if you want to understand the scriptures, you can't be smoking and not trying to understand the
Uh,
scriptures. I don't know
Wait, so
how
how
that
do I
works.
transcend? If I can't
You said
smoke,
how
how
do
do I transcend?
you stop smoking?
No, how do you transcend if you can't smoke?
What do you mean transcend?
Like interact with the anthenols? Yeah, but I forgot what they're
So are
called.
so are you using smoking to try to get into to try to interact with different spirits?
No, I'm not saying it like that. Just it's like like a heightened perception. Like when you like people get different highs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But you can feel like a heightened perception. Don't even know how to put it.
Okay, I
But
I'll give
yeah,
you another.
but yeah,
I'm
if I
I'm
didn't, I'm pretty sure I'd get better at those scriptures.
I right. But are you trying to say another thing? I'll try to give you is, are you saying like when you smoke, you think in your mind is trying to give you a better understanding of the scriptures?
No, it's just giving me a better perception on everything.
Well, see, brother, that's why you can't
That's
understand,
the
brother,
main reason.
because you can't understand. You can't get the proper understanding. The Holy Spirit can't deal with you because they watching you. Do you try to read the Bible and smoke at the same time?
No, no, not that.
So you
Haven't
Let,
read
let
never
the
me
did
Bible
that
let,
in
before.
let me chime in. Let me chime in. So remember, the brother said, and I'm not saying this to pick on the brother enough. I'm just saying, man, you gotta do
how
more
you want it.
studying, man. Because I asked you a question a few minutes back about what is sin in the scriptures. Any Christian
And
should be able to tell me the answer to that. First John 3 and 4, right? Sin is a transgression
yeah, I can
of the
come up
law,
with the
right?
answer, just not like right away.
So I'm gonna ask you again, what is sin according to the scriptures?
When you asked me before, I said blasphemy. Yeah, I said it's blasphemy, imperfection. I basically just described it. I didn't quote a verse. I just described what it is.
But see, that's the difference between
Do I
having
do
being
I
on
need
certain levels
do I
because
need?
it's literally just one answer, and I think it's only 2 words or 3 words or four
Yeah, you
maybe.
can use the
It,
verses.
it's
Do I
just
need to use
breaking.
the verses for it to
I
be a right
mean,
answer?
yes,
Oh,
because
wait a
then
second.
you will be
Wait
going
a
against the
So
second.
sin
scriptures.
isn't blasphemy?
Yo,
I
hold,
just
hold
said,
on a second. Hold on a second. Wait,
well, of
Rudy,
course sin is
was it
blasphemy.
you? Rudy, hold on a second. Was it you who made a statement in the chat? Somebody said that you don't need to use the Bible for your argument, right? You don't have to prove something that is true in the Bible with using the scriptures. Were you the one that made that statement, or was that someone else?
Yeah, I could have made that based on some
Okay,
reasoning.
okay, okay. Let's roll
Yeah,
with that for a second. Let's.
you don't need the Bible for
Oh,
you don't need to
okay,
quote
okay.
the
Let's roll
Bible
with that.
to know that it's true.
Okay, okay. Let's
Yeah,
roll with
yeah,
that
that's
for a
what I
second.
said.
Let's roll with that. Let's roll with that understanding. So, what if somebody was to say, just to give a little hypothetical circumstance, right? Because you said you didn't need to use the Bible, you didn't really need to use verses in the Bible to prove your
Okay.
statement from the Bible, right? So,
Yeah,
let's use that for a second. So, what happens if somebody comes on and they say that Jesus is actually a Martian, that's in disguise? You ask them, where's that in scriptures? And they can't really give it, but they insist that it's true. So would you believe that because they say that, or would you ask them to prove such a hypocritical, illogical statement? Would you ask them to show you that in the scriptures for you to even consider such a statement? Because you
I
said you
mean, if
didn't
they
need to use
couldn't,
scriptures to prove.
I mean, if they couldn't provide a citation, I'd just ask for the reasoning. And if their reasoning is garbage, then wouldn't believe it.
But it could be true though, because but they don't need the scripture to prove it, is what you're saying. But it could be true.
I'm saying that they could believe it's true. I just need to understand their reasoning. Do I believe that that's true under any circumstance? Not really. Well, Martian it just means foreign entity or something, so probably.
I'll give you credit on that. That is what the word means. So you've done the research on that. But anyway, the point is, let's just give this example
Yeah,
because you said that you didn't need to use the Bible to prove something's true in the Bible. Where are you getting that understanding from?
from basically just beforehand knowledge or something.
Okay, so let's give this example.
Like you
So let's
just
say,
already have to know the Bible to know if it's true or not.
is it
You could
okay if
forget.
I want to? Is it okay if I want to eat, say, shellfish or shrimp or lobsters or stuff like that? Is that okay for me to do today?
Yes.
And how can you show me that? Like, what could you quote for me to see that?
Well, I mean, I can't think of it at the top of my head right now, but let me just get some time.
Okay, all right. Well, let's
So I got
just
one
give
thing
you
to
the
say. I got
answer.
one thing to say.
Go ahead. Go
Now
ahead.
we going back to sin, right? So if you ask me what is sin, I'm gonna say First John 3 and 4. Sin is the transgression of the law. So what does that mean? That means when you break God's laws, you're in sin. You're sinning. So that's what
Yeah,
sin is. Sin is breaking God's laws. I mean, I didn't say nothing, but I didn't give a whole sentence. I didn't give a whole paragraph. It's really that simple. So when you say, that you don't have to have answers out of the Bible, I have to question you now, and I have to look. If the scripture say, if you don't speak according to the scripture say, if you don't speak according to this word, that means there's no light in you. So now, do you want me to believe there's light in you? If
I
you don't speak
mean,
according to
I don't speak according to any other book.
Oh, wait a
but
second. Hold on. I think this opened up a whole nother can of beans. I just remembered something. Yo, Rudy,
Can be.
you said you said something along the lines
I
that there's
remember
only
now.
10 commandments we gotta follow today, right?
Wait, I said there's only 10 commandments we have to follow.
Did you say that in the chat, or am I thinking of somebody else? You said that there's really only 10 commandments today, that the 613 they don't really apply because Christ
No,
did away with them.
no, I said the 10 commandments are just 10 out of a lot that we're commanded to follow.
How many laws are there?
I have no idea. But
Do
I
you
just
know there's
listed 10 as an
613?
example. Yeah, I
But
listed
you
just
agree with
10
me on
as a,
that.
yeah. I never said that you only have to follow 10.
Okay, well, hey, at least you're better than most Christians because most Christians only think that there is 10 commandments. But yeah, we know that there's actually 613, throughout
Yeah,
the
there's a
throughout the
list of 10
scriptures.
commandments that Moses
Yeah,
wrote, but there's more
yeah, but
rules
there's
than
more
just
laws
10.
now. Go ahead.
So there's a list of 10 commandments, but um uh
Yeah, you're right. You're right
yeah,
on that. That's in what is it, Exodus the
that's because
20th
I'm playing
chapter. You're
GTA.
right
My
on that.
bad.
But you're right that there are a list of 10 commandments. I agree with that. However, that doesn't mean that there's not other statutes and commandments that the Most High
Yeah,
gave.
I
I'll give
said.
you a perfect
Yeah,
example, right? Because in the
notice that.
in Exodus 20, when you read it, he said that these are the things that thou shalt not do, right? Let's go with that. Remember, he said, thou shalt not. Like, I'll give an example. Thou shalt not murder, right? Now, if we go
Right.
to
That
Leviticus
sounds
20,
good.
he said, hold on, brother. In Leviticus 20, he said, these are the creatures that thee shall not eat, right? So he's given the same thing. Like in Exodus 20, he said,
He
thou
said
shalt not murder,
ultimately.
right? He's given the same exact wording. This is his commandment on something that you should or should not do, right? So he's given a commandment know how you are to do such and such. That's what he's given. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the rules in the Old Testament. I mean, are you gonna? It also says that you have to stone gays. Like you believe that you have to what you
Right, right.
believe
You
you
have
have
to
Well,
to
do. You have to
go
do
ahead.
not
that,
eat
but
pork.
you can't do that in this time though.
Yeah, so you believe that you can eat pork, but that also applies to the
No, no,
other old
no.
rules.
No, no, you can't. But there, you got to use wisdom, though. You see, there's a thing with using wisdom, because I'll give an example.
It's
Is
only
being,
it's called the dispensation.
hmm?
Yo, I got a
So
perfect example. I got a perfect example. You know, Rudy, you know that the Bible says that a woman that commits adultery is supposed to be stoned to death. You know that, right? Just a yes or no?
yeah,
Okay, good. Okay, good. Let's roll with that for a second. We know it, that's in there. However, let's just give a hypothetical. If a man comes home today and finds his wife in bed with another man, he can't kill her for doing that, or his ass will be on the electric chair and the damn death row if he does that. But that's a law in the Bible. But we have to walk with wisdom, so we can't go around doing that today. That's why the scriptures tell you in what is that, 1 Corinthians 6 and 12, all things are lawful, but all things are not expedient, right? So all the things in the law are lawful for us to do, but it's not expedient to do certain things. Like how I said, the law says that if you find your wife with another man, hey, well, she has to be stoned for doing that because that's adultery, a sin unto death. But if you find your wife in bed with another man, you can't do that. Even though that's God's law, we can't follow that today because we have to walk with wisdom. So that's what we're saying.
yeah.
Right, right. You gotta be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. You got and being things being lawful but not expedient. Just because something is lawful, it doesn't mean it's profitable for you. Everything is not profitable for you to do. It may be lawful, like having two wives is lawful, but is it expedient? Do you have enough money to do that? Do you have the substances to provide for for both wives? You may
Both
not.
why?
So right. So it may not be expedient for you to try to have both wives, but if you do, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not in sin. But if you can't take care of both of
Do
them,
you
there's
know
no
the
point in.
do you know the condition you have to have in order to have multiple wives? Do you know it?
What do you mean by
What do you
conditions?
mean condition?
I know what you have to do. I know how you have to go about it. But
Yeah, that's what I mean. The condition that like for it to be lawful to have two
yeah,
wives.
yeah, I know how to go about it. But I wouldn't suggest it myself. Especially in this
Yeah, but
time with a
so what's the condition to be able to have multiple wives without it being a sin?
you said
Well,
what's
Do
well,
you
the
what
know?
do you mean? Wait a second. What do you mean it
Because
being a sin
there's
having more than one wife?
yeah, because there's a condition you have to fulfill in order to be able to have a wife. I mean, more than one wives. Do you do you remember it or I mean, it's not
I'm
like
I'm not I'm not sure what you're getting at. You have to show me that. But let me ask you this: is it a
all
sin
right.
for a
So
man
wait,
to have more than one wife?
but do you get what I'm saying though? Because I don't know if this mic like picks up.
Well,
No,
well,
no, we
we'll,
can
we'll
hear you
deal.
clearly.
Yeah, we hear you,
Oh,
man. We hear
okay.
you, brother. But real quick, what do you mean? Is it okay for a man to have more than one wife, or is it not okay
No, I'm
for a man
saying
to have?
like no, I'm saying like there's a condition um for
I
having
think you're
multiple
talking
wives to
about.
not be a sin.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that. Bible defender, go ahead and get
Yeah,
Exodus
let me
chapter
yeah.
21. Exodus chapter 21 and verse 10. Now, I think this might be the condition he's talking about, but I do
So
have
here
to mention though, is I would partly disagree with what you're saying because you're making it sound like if you don't do this certain
yeah,
thing, then
that's
it's
what
going to
I'm
be a
saying.
sin if you don't do it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
But how can
Let me
you
just
prove
get
it's a sin though? There's
yeah,
no
I got
law in
you.
the
I got
Bible
you.
that says you.
Let me
There's
just
no
get the
law that
verse.
says Yeah, there's no law that says a man can't have more than one wife, so you can't call it a sin because the scriptures tell you in what is that?
Yeah, it's
Romans
not a sin
4:15.
unless
Hold on. Let me finish. Romans 4:15. Where there is no law, there is no transgression. So there's no law in the Bible that says a man cannot have more than one wife. I'll throw the mic back to you.
All right. Yeah. There's no verse saying that he can't have one, but there's a verse saying in order for him to have one, he has to fulfill a requirement. Do you, did you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear
All
you.
right.
I mean, you would have to show me the scripture on that because the best
All
thing
right.
I'm thinking of is you might be talking about Exodus 21:10. Bible Defender, you still there, man?
All right, let me just look it up. Hold on, let me just find the verse.
Yeah, we might have lost Bible Defender. Bible Defender, you might. I don't know if you have it mute or something, man, but we can't hear you. Um, let me see if yeah, there.
Nice.
Let me drop another. Let me drop a link in the chat for him. We'll get him back in. Let me drop a fresh link for him in the chat, and we'll get him back on the show if he's able to hop back on.
Yeah.
But anyway, you can continue with what you were saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, now that I think about it, there might be like more than one requirement in order for having multiple wives to not be a sin,
Okay,
but
but
I'm not
here's
sure
the
about
problem
that.
we're gonna here okay. Here's the problem we're gonna run into though, is there is no law in the Bible that says that a man cannot have more than one wife unless he does this, this, or that. You can't
Right.
show me that in the scripture, so you can't say that it's oh, he has to do this, or
Yeah,
if he doesn't, then it makes it a sin. You'd have to show me where it says that.
yeah, as far as you're concerned, I understand that, but I just can't like find it immediately. But I
Okay,
remember it vividly though.
the thing I think you're talking about Exodus, the 21st chapter and the 10th verse. I don't know. Bible Defender, are you able to hear us, man?
No, no, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
I can
cool.
hear
Can
you.
you go ahead and get that one scripture for me? Exodus chapter 21, start at verse 10, talking about a man taking another wife.
Yeah, it says if he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish, and if he do so, if he do not these three unto her, then shall she go out free without money.
Is that the one you're talking about, Rudy?
No, no, it's a shorter
Okay,
Are,
verse,
yeah.
but
are you
Yeah,
talking
I'm
about
looking
the
you'd
for it
have
right
to
Bible?
now, but
you have to show us that, man. But let's deal with this then. So you're saying it is a sin for a man to have more than one wife unless he does a certain thing?
yeah, it's the certain thing is he has to love them equally. I just can't find the verse.
And that's I know what verse you're talking about. I know that you're talking about if they both born him children.
Nah,
If he
but
had,
I'll probably
he
that's
have
probably
to
has to do with it.
if he hate one wife, then he with the child that she had with him, and the wife that he had with a child with that he doesn't hate, he has to give the one that he had with the wife he hates his inheritance. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, it sounds. I think it's starting sounds
Right, right,
somewhere
right. But
that
that's not
area.
that's not a requirement to say, oh, you got to do these certain things to have more than one wife. In the first
Yeah,
line of the verse, it says if a man take him two wives, it's telling you how to deal with having two women. It's not saying you have to
Yeah,
do.
and it's talking about, say for an example, if a man has children with a few different women, it's saying as we read on that he has to still give his firstborn more of an inheritance before
Yeah,
his
yeah,
second or third
the
born.
firstborn. Yeah,
Right.
you're right, right.
That's simply what it means. As I said, brother, I hear
yeah.
what you're
It
saying, but
says,
you can't show me where it's a sin for a man
yeah,
to have more than one wife unless he does certain things. You can't show me that. Like that
yeah,
would be like if I said, let me give an example. That would be like if I told you that it's a sin to eat watermelon. You'd ask me, well, where's that at in the scriptures? And then I'd be like, oh, I don't know where it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You can't
Right,
do
right,
that, brother.
right.
You'd have to show me
Yeah, I mean, well,
where
if
it
you're gonna
says.
ask me questions, might as well just answer them. I just don't know the citations. Just saying what I
But
know.
but see, brother, that's the point. You can't just salutate
Yeah, I
something
should.
and say
There,
you
there is
know,
a
and
verse.
then we're giving you the answer what the real answer is, and then you saying I just don't know the salutation. That's basically saying I
Yeah,
don't really have the answers. I'm just gonna say what I feel.
I mean, it's not. I mean, yeah, it's basically just going off memory. Basically, just some old
Okay.
memory.
Okay. Well, hey,
I'm
that's
pretty
what we're
sure there's a.
doing here too, man.
That's what we're
I'm
Let
pretty
doing.
me
sure there's a verse
let
that
me ask
says
you something.
the
Let me yo
go ahead.
Rudy, hold on a second. When does the rapture take place?
After the 7 years, I could cite those. I could cite those verses. It's after
It,
7 years of tribulation.
so you're okay. Hold on. You're saying the rapture takes place after the tribulation, right?
Yeah, after the great tribulation. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, good. We agree on that. Yeah, I mean, hell, you're gonna have Minor Golf in the comment section talking about, oh, see, these actors don't know what they're talking about for saying that. Because you see,
Yeah.
his philosophy is he believes that there is a the tribulation and the great tribulation are two different time periods. That's what he's saying. So he's saying that the elect are saved after the tribulation, which is what we're in now, but then they're saved before the great tribulation. So he's just tap dancing around those scriptures. He doesn't know what's going on. He's just playing a word game is all that he's doing. He's
Right.
just playing a word game, just like what these Christians do. But we'll agree on that the elect are saved after
Yeah. The
the
one thing we do
tribulation.
agree
We'll
on,
agree
I
on
have the citations for.
that. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying the one thing we do agree on, I have the citations for.
Yeah, yeah, we do agree. You're right. We do agree that the elect is saved after the tribulation. That's true.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, that's a positive note.
Yeah. That's,
But let's deal with
I
this
mean,
then. What color is Christ?
oh yeah, yeah. I'd say he's like wait, Christ or God? Because I could think of a few
Let's go
A
with
verses.
a
Christ.
both if you want to take a shot at it.
I mean, I'm not that good at like conversation, but yeah, I could just try. So Jesus is Jewish. Jesus is a Jew.
Yeah,
And
but
what
who are
color?
the Jews of the Bible?
Right. And
What
what
color
the
is a
color of the
Jew?
Jews? Right, right. That's a good one to start.
Let me just hit up some Google real quick.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's even better. Go to ancient Israelite depictions and type in images.
It's gonna
Wait,
be like
wait. So
light skin.
wait a second. So hold on. So you're gonna use what you read off of Google as your proof. So if somebody wanted to prove
I
that
say
Christ
proof.
was white, they just have to look up a picture of Jesus to show us. Oh, well, see, here's the picture of
Well,
him
that's a
white on
big
here. So
difference.
see, that proves it. I mean,
Well,
you
that's
can't use what you read off Google. Like give you an example.
I mean, Google's
I can look
reliable
up
to an extent,
on certain things, I'll give you that. Wikipedia is good. Google is good on some
but if
things.
you
I'll
try to
give you
look
that.
up a
That's
picture
true.
of God,
But
yeah, if you try to look
but
up a picture of Jesus, all of them are gonna be false. But you can look up a picture of some random Jew, some random Jewish, yeah, from the ancient times, no doubt.
wait, how can you look up a random picture of a Jew from the ancient times if they didn't have photo recording technology back in the
I
ancient
mean,
times?
didn't they have like paintings? Forgot that they
Well,
have
yeah,
a had a.
they had paintings, but you said you can look up a picture of them. Like I'll give you an example, right? The
Mhm.
pictures they came up with
Someone,
that type of technology in the 1800s, right? So obviously, somebody couldn't say, "Oh, well, I'll show you a picture of what someone looked like in the 1600s," right? Obviously, it'd either be a artist illustration or something along those lines, because obviously they didn't have pictures, photographs, back in those times, right? So if you're going to
yeah,
use
just
them
posted it in Discord.
to prove your point, I mean, we'd have to go by the scriptures. So are you trying to say that the Jews were white people back then?
Yeah, based on Google, they look kind of light, kind of brownish. Just posted it in Discord right now. See it?
Yeah, I can't click on it at the moment, or it will take me away from the stream. But we understand that the so-called blacks, so-called Negroes, Latino, and Native American are the real Jews of the Bible. And the reason we can say that is by archaeological evidence, historic evidence, and also by reading the scriptures. There's certain things in the scriptures, like I'll give an example, the curses of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. The people that those fit are so-called blacks. Those are the ones who are under those curses. So by using stuff like that, we can conclude that they're the real Jews. And I'll give you a perfect one in the same chapter. Just go to Deuteronomy 28, verse 68.
So
Talks
Jesus
about
was a
them being.
Mexican?
Go ahead.
So is that to say Jesus is a Mexican or something, or like a Latino or
Well,
whatever? And
they're saying,
I don't know what he
well,
was saying.
Jesus, Jesus would be a so-called black man, right?
Yeah,
So-called
one of
Negro.
those. All right.
Go ahead. And how we can say that is we know that Christ was from the tribe of Judah. What is that? Hebrews 7:14, right? So we
All right.
understand that the Judites, which are the head of Israel, they are so-called Negroes, right? So Christ would look the same way.
Right.
Bible defender, you want to add anything in?
Yeah, I was just waiting for for you to finish, but the point of
Yeah.
the point the brother was putting down is that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are Israelites, and Jesus Christ, who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ, will be from the tribe of Judah, which we know according to Hebrews 7:14, our Lord sprung out of Judah, and
Yeah.
the Jews today, they would be so-called black people on the earth. And how are we able to prove that? You could go to, if you dig deep into archaeological facts, if you dig deep into, the scriptures, and you go like the brother brought out and read Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, and you read those curses, and you're able to identify who those people are. And once you're able to identify who the Israelites are, you would come to a conclusion. Oh, that's talking about the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans walking the earth today, because they fit perfect with the curses in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. I'll give an example. The people that's in Israel right now, I mean, I have friendly discussions with Jews, fake Jews all the time. I mean, I talk to them all the time. I see them every day, all day. And I mean, they have absolutely no idea what is going on. And
Yeah, I believe that.
if you want to go deeper into that, when you go, into actually know what's going on in the land of Israel right now, I mean, the land of Israel is like America, is wicked as heck, So these dudes is, I mean, these dudes is, oh man, they just vile over there. They're just nasty and disgusting. So I don't think by anybody going off that and some of the things they're doing, that those are not ancient Israelite customs, And I'll give an example like kissing a rock. That's not an ancient
The
Israelite
cranial
custom.
rock.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
never heard of it.
That's not an ancient Israelite custom. Sucking the fetus of a baby's penis. That's definitely not a.
Foreskin.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah, they
definitely
stuck the
not a.
actual foreskin. That shit is
Yeah, yeah.
funny.
That's not funny. That's disgusting. That's not an ancient
Yeah,
Israelite.
it's fucking gross.
That's not an ancient Israelite custom at all. So we see those people over there, they're vile. And we know, the prophets know their nationality, but they're just vile. So you have to understand that those people over there they're faking the funk, if you will. So you got to do process of elimination. You got to say, hold on, what they're doing over there is not matching up with the prophecies, and it's not matching up with the ancient Israelites. So you gotta know what's going on in this thing. And
Yeah,
if any
especially since they reject God, since when he actually came.
right.
Yo,
And
Rudy,
that and one more thing, I'll give you the floor,
go ahead.
ETT.
Yep.
That so-called prophecy, that they fulfilled with going back to our homeland, excuse me, um, it happened in 1948. They try to fulfill a prophecy of going back, to the homeland, which it was all through the spirit of the Most High, just to set them up in that land and be destroyed, which will happen in World War III. I'll give ETT the floor.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask just a couple things, but Rudy, you have the testimony of Christ, right?
Yeah, I also have this verse. Let me just read it real quick.
Go ahead.
It says this verse about being ready to give an answer always, First Peter 3:15. Yeah, I haven't been doing that exactly. I mean, it instructs us to, and I haven't really been able to provide these verses.
Hey, well you're growing, man. You're
But
growing. You can look into what we're saying, and then next time you can give us a more informed
yeah, I can
answer.
definitely
When we talk
study
about
it. Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up just because I remembered it.
it. Yeah, and hey,
Right,
look,
right.
I'll respect that because you're being very humble. Compared to other guys like like Mike or with Pops or which actually I won't put Pops on there because he's pretty cool. He'll sit back
Yeah.
and listen. But certain guys, come on and act like they're real smart, but you're not doing that, right? You're actually very humble, right? And if you don't know something, you say that you don't know, and we'll definitely respect that. You're better off than a lot of these other characters that come around here, man. We'll give you credit on that. But I do want to
I
ask you.
mean,
Go ahead.
no, I'm just saying. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was gonna ask. You have the testimony of Christ, right?
Like how I met God and
No,
such.
but what is the testimony of Christ?
Just believing. If you're asking for
Uh,
like my specific testimony, or just
no,
saying
no,
what is it?
you don't know. Yeah. I'm asking.
Yeah, I just other
I'm
than
asking
just
like, what
believing,
is it exactly?
I'm just gonna say faith. I don't know. I
Oh,
mean, I
we
know,
know
but
the
like I
answer.
don't
We
know.
know the answer. Bible defender, go ahead and get it for
I'm
me.
not a
You know
Bible
the
scholar,
scripture.
but
I'm gonna give you the answers, brother. This is Revelation. This is Revelation 19
uh,
and Revelation 19 and verse um
10.
10. And I fell at his feet. You know, this is John seeing the angel. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Jesus, which his real name is Yahushua. Worship Yahweh for the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy.
Right. So the testimony of Christ. Like if I ever see a Christian, I'll ask them, "Do you have the testimony of Christ?" They'll say they do. Then I ask them to
so
explain it to me. Then I show them the text and it says what? That the testimony of Christ is the spirit of prophecy, and that's what we're out here doing. We constantly go
you
into
can prophesy.
the prophecies in the scriptures, such as the MO, Revelation 13:16, the overthrow of Babylon the Great, and so on and so forth. But anyway, I brought that up to say, what is Babylon? The answer to that.
So you're gonna prophesize what Babylon is?
Now, do you know what it is?
No, I don't really know.
You don't know the answer. Hey, you better find out, man. You better find that out quick, because that's vital to know about that information, man. That's vital. So you don't know what Mystery Babylon the Great is?
So even if it was America, it doesn't really make a difference to me. Like if I die in America, all right. I mean, you already know I believe the tribulation is this year.
Wait, if it's not what we're saying, what is it though?
What do you mean, the Babylon thing or the tribulation?
No, the Babylon. If it's not America, what else is it?
No, I said if it's America, it doesn't really matter to me. I said even if it is, I mean, it could be. I don't really.
Well, it is, man.
Do you
You
think
should
it
do
is?
more research into that.
Well, it is America. It is. There's no doubt about it.
What if it's like another simple area, Europe,
No, 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 no,
on
no.
par?
It's America. It's America. America is the most
So,
wicked
so,
place on the earth.
so you guys can say you can
Name
cite
me,
everything. So what
name
makes it
me a
America?
second place. Name me a second place it could be if we're wrong. Well, what else could fit the description?
He said Europe.
So what's the description?
Well, all you gotta do is read Revelation 17 and 18. Have you ever read those before?
Most likely.
Yeah, in your free time, you can read that, and it gives you the distinction. Like, I'll give a perfect example. Speaks about the merchants of the earth becoming rich off of engaging in commerce, right? They bring their merchandise that they manufacture in their nations, they import them over here on cargo ships, and then when the ship gets to the dock, it unloads all of those goods, and they get shipped out to these warehouses. Then from the warehouses, it gets shipped to these stores, right? And then the consumer, the American people, they buy those things, and then these people that are making these products, they're becoming rich. And how are they becoming rich? Because they're bringing those things over here, right? Shipping it by sea. That's very important to remember. And they're becoming rich off of making these things for cheap. And the American people, which are consumers, they buy it at an over exaggerated price, right? So when you read about the destruction of Babylon, 70% of it is dealing with ship masters and sailors on ships. So if that don't fit America, I need to know where else does that fit. And that's not the only proof. That's just a good example to back what we're
Yeah, I'd
saying.
agree. According to this, I'd agree, but I don't really, it doesn't really make much of a difference to my beliefs. I mean, yeah, basically just Illuminati is just important.
Illuminati. What are the Illuminati planning to do?
I mean, you're
And
gonna
use
say
code
that
words. Don't talk about this these
Trump
yabs
thing.
or nothing. Don't talk. Oh yeah, I wanted to bring that up. I wanted to bring that up. The whole Trump Elvis thing. Let's talk about that. I totally
Oh
forgot
yeah,
about
that's like a fucking nightmare. It's a
it. Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
nightmare.
Let's talk about that. What the hell is that? What's
So,
going on with that?
so in June, I just found this prediction when I came across Jurassic Liars. He's just basically predicting Trump's gonna, I mean Seattle Space Needle's gonna fall on in June.
Wait, do you believe the
And
Jurassic Liars? Do you believe that guy? What are you saying?
yeah, 100%.
Okay,
Like just
okay, but I
it's
just asked. I asked
100%
that
at this
for a
point.
reason. Hold on. I asked for a reason because I was on his stream the other day talking with him in the comments. I asked him certain questions that he didn't know the answers to. He even said that he himself is in the Bible. When it goes to Revelations
Yeah,
13, verse what is that? Verse 17 says, let the him that reads has understanding. They're paraphrasing it, but he was saying that
yeah.
when it says let him understand, oh, well, that's talking about me. That's talking about me right there. So do you believe that that's talking about him?
That basically mean a lot, but yeah, it's
So
gonna have to
so
fill
he's in the
that.
scriptures.
I
So
mean, he
he's in the
describes it pretty
scriptures.
well.
Wait, so he as a man, he is in the scriptures.
Yeah, it says, "Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast." And
So so that
what he did is
so
a
that's Jurassic
gematria,
Liars.
huh?
So you're saying that that's Jurassic Liars, that guy, whatever his name is, that's actually him being described in the verse, right?
That's gonna have to be him. I don't really. There's no other better description for someone other than him that fits
I'll
that.
give you I'll give you the answer. It's not talking about a single person. What it's simply saying is that let him that has understanding count the number of the beast. So it's saying that, say
Yeah,
for an
I used to
example,
believe that.
me. No, it's saying me, you, and someone random walking down the street. That's what it simply means. A random everyday people. That's who it's talking about. Let him that has understanding count the number. It's not talking about one
So how do you
individual
count the
person.
number? So you say you're
Well,
wise or whatever. So how do you count the number of the beast? How do you calculate? It says calculate. So how do you calculate it?
we know the number. It tells you what the number is, right? 666. That's why if you pay attention to the media, or I'll give it a perfect example. You know what the UPC is?
No.
The UPC The UPC stands for the Universal Product Code, right? If you live in a industrialized
Oh, the barcode.
society,
Six.
yeah, it has the barcode on it, which when the scanner reads it, it's 666. I'm not using
Yeah,
that to
that's
say that. Yeah, I'm not using that to say that's the MO or nothing. I'm just bringing it up for an example,
yeah. Okay.
because you asked me about calculating, right? But anyway, let's go back to talking about this Trump and Elvis
That's a good
stuff.
answer.
How can you prove it to me? How can you prove
So
this to me?
how, you know, yeah, I sent you the video, right? Did you see
Well,
it? I could
well,
describe it, but
I
I'm not
did.
gonna.
I did look at it. I did look at it, and he's not really doing nothing. All he's really doing is putting a whole bunch of numbers out there. But just give
Yep.
me a little summary. Just give me a little summary because he didn't really explain it when I watched. So he's saying, and you can correct me,
So
but
all
he's
these,
basically saying that that like Trump's gonna die and come back to life, and then Elvis is gonna have something to do with this.
yeah, Elvis is gonna make some type of appearance, in June when the Space Needle explodes or something.
Wow.
Wait, what
Yep.
is the Space Needle?
Elvis,
What's this? What's
huh?
this Space Needle? What is
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
Space
wait,
Needle?
wait,
The
wait,
Seattle
wait, wait,
Space Needle.
ETT. Wait, ETT, can I say one thing real fast?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Who
I
and
mean,
now
I
I'm
don't
just
mind
now
that you ask.
this is a good
I
question,
don't.
brother. This is a good question, brother, because when you speak something, I want to know if it's sanctioned from the Most High in the third heavens. So, did you get this revelation from the Most High, or did you kind of come up with this own thing on your own?
No, I just got it from the video from Jurassic. I didn't come up
Wow,
with it. I take no credit. I take no
wow.
credit from taking this prediction.
So the Most High didn't reveal this to you, but you're just you're kind of winging it, saying this. So, but do you strongly believe this is actually going to happen though?
So did you so do I like need a revelation from the Most High to know what Paul said if it was true?
I mean, no,
Do
but
Well,
that's
you?
not the
wait,
point.
wait a second. Here's the whole thing. Is he's getting this from Revelation, the 13th chapter, right? He's trying to explain that Trump is the beast that was wounded to death and then he was healed.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
So
it.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
you
interpret.
got
okay.
it.
He's trying to interpret the scriptures like this, which I wanna know about this because I'm interested in seeing. I definitely disagree, but I want to see where he's getting this from. Like I'll give you an example. I've heard people talking about oh, well, Trump's going to be killed and brought back to life. They were saying that all the way back in 2015, man. So
I
this
haven't
isn't
heard a
nothing
single
new.
prediction saying that he'd come back from the dead, just that he'd be assassinated.
So, do you believe in
Wait,
reincarnation?
wait, wait a second. Wait a
No.
second. Wait, hold on a second. So if he's assassinated, what does it mean to assassinate someone? Doesn't that mean kill someone?
Yeah, he's gonna get the head wound.
Wait a second. So I said that people are saying that he's going to come back from the dead, right? But then you said, oh, well, that's not true. He's going to be assassinated and come back. Isn't that literally the
No,
exact same thing, just by using a different word?
I was saying the not true part is that they said that he'd come back from the dead. That I haven't heard of. Like I've never heard someone say that Trump's gonna come back from the dead other than this.
Yo,
That's just my personal. I kind of
real
highly
quick.
doubt anyone else.
Hold on, brother. Hold on a second. Real quick. Who is this
Well, you don't have to
artist here
cover.
that joined? Who's this brother here?
Uh, Wait, that's at
Do you
me.
have the mic?
I think this is
His
Lop.
mother. LOP. Is that you, man?
But he has the same
Oh,
shitty ass
hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Is
it,
that
man.
you,
uh,
LOP?
Yeah, it is
Okay. Okay.
me.
profile picture.
All right. I just wanted to make sure. But anyway, you can go ahead and continue with what you were saying.
I'll be right back. I need to get something.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Knew it wasn't based on the album.
Yeah, but here's what I'm having a hard time understanding. How does he correlate any of this with the scriptures? How where the hell is Elvis at in the
Like, why
scriptures?
does it matter to the scriptures?
I'm saying where
I
is Elvis
say,
at in the scriptures?
I mean, he doesn't. Does it need to be in the like? Does it need to be in the Bible to be true?
Wait
Like
a second. So he's
when it
so
gets
he's
that
trying
specific.
to so he's trying to interpret a prophecy in the scriptures, but now you're saying we don't need to use the prophecy to interpret it. I'm asking where in the
Yeah, we
prophecy.
don't.
You see, he harkens upon Trump
Yeah,
and
when it gets
Elvis. So I'm asking where is Elvis at in the scriptures?
that specific, saying exact dates and who it's gonna be, that's the Bible's not gonna exactly. Yeah, it's not gonna talk
Okay.
about that.
All right. What is this space needle that's gonna draw people? What is this space needle?
It's a tower in Seattle that Elvis got vaccinated in. Tire in Seattle.
Wow.
So what do they have to
Like
do
one
with
of the
this
main.
verse?
It was like a main tourist thing.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
So what's gonna happen? Go ahead.
when it falls in June, it's basically just gonna make everyone think that, and it's another psyop, but no one's gonna know that except for truthers and the Christians. I mean, even non-Christians are gonna know that it's a psyop. Some of them, and then 2 months later, in August, Trump's gonna get stage assassinated.
Uh-huh.
So he's gonna come back to life, right?
Yeah, come back to like 4 days
Okay,
later.
so
Wait,
so
I
Trump
gotta
is
say
the
one thing.
Antichrist, right?
Like, you remember Lazarus?
You let Bible defender at it.
Lazarus.
I gotta
Jesus
say
brought
one thing.
Lazarus back from the dead.
I gotta
Yeah,
say
well, I'm
one
not
thing.
arguing with
so,
you.
so
Go ahead.
Trump is Lazarus or what?
Wait,
No, I'm
hold
just
on.
saying.
Let everyone talk
Remember
at one. Hold on, everyone gets a chance to talk. The Bible defender, go ahead.
I just want to ask one thing. I don't really talk too much unless I'm giving answers. But I want to say, like, I just want to know in my heart of hearts, when did Trump become so important? Because Trump is not even like, I just had somebody tell me a couple days ago that Putin is the Antichrist. So,
Yeah,
you
many
know,
people say
so
that.
why is Trump the Antichrist?
yeah. What's the difference
We're
between?
asking you. We're asking you if you believe he is.
I mean,
We're trying to.
There's
I
many
can
people.
reckon.
Putin is the Antichrist. That's true, man.
So which one? So who was the Antichrist? Is it Putin or is it Trump? Which one do you think it is?
I mean, I could send you the video, but it's Trump. It's got to be. Well, he's not the Antichrist. He's just playing the part
So
where
who
everyone's
is
gonna
the
worship.
Antichrist?
He's just Satan. It's just gonna be Satan.
Well, wait a
The
second though. The
Antichrist,
Bible says that, and hold on a second.
the
Bible defender, go
Antichrist is
ahead.
Satan.
Hold on. Let's deal with this. Bible defender, go ahead and get 1 John chapter 2 and verse 18. You know where I'm going with this.
Yeah, I just changed my mic. Is it working? Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
we
Yeah, we
hear
can
you.
hear
We
you. We
hear
can hear
you.
you.
Okay, thanks.
First, this is the book of First John, because we got to go through them scriptures. First John, chapter 2 and verse 18. Let's go to this because we have to know what the Antichrist is. We can't just say Trump and demons and madness. This is First John 2 and verse 18. It says, "Little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Salakia, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time."
Wait, so I think that he's talking about the son of perdition, which that's in Revelation, not the anti, because the Antichrist is not even in the Revelation. It's just called the son of perdition. So if you look, I can look that up. That verse, I think.
Yeah, but he said,
That's what he's talking about, though, not
that.
the one in John, the
Okay,
First John.
but hold on a second. LP, hold on, brother. He called him the Antichrist, so
Yeah,
this
he
is
said
who
he's
he's
the
talking.
Antichrist.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gonna take
but
over.
people usually do that, and they are talking about something else in Revelation, the son of perdition. So
Yeah,
right?
the son of
Okay,
perdition
all
is
right,
one of the
okay.
Antichrist.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's deal with this. Let's get to the conclusion. So let's just say this all happens. Well, what is the whole reason why? Like, what are they trying to do? Let's just say, for hypothetical argument's sake, let's say that somehow Elvis comes back and Trump gets assassinated and comes back. Let's say that happens. What's
I don't
the whole
get the
reason?
whole
What
Elvis
changed?
thing though. Can you explain it to me more, man? The
All right, so
Elvis connection.
We'll do that. Hold on. We'll do that in a little bit. But I want to understand, what is the whole reason behind this deception? Like, what are they accomplishing by doing
So
this?
why?
What's this going to do? But what is
So
worldwide? What's going on?
not only is it in the Bible, but when it does happen, then they're gonna enforce everyone to worship on Sunday, and
Wait,
after
Sunday worship. Wait a
So
second. Wait a second.
you
You're
believe
saying
in
that
Sunday
the
law?
mark is Sunday worship?
yeah, they're gonna worship enforce Sunday worship for Elvis and Trump. I mean, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking.
But it's
Wait,
kind of
wait a
funny.
second.
Like, why would they
Wait
I mean,
worship
a
of
second.
course,
Elvis and
that's
Trump?
the
Oh,
point. That's the
it's
point.
like
To
a joke,
deflect from the
man.
seriousness. The point is to
Wait,
deflect
wait.
from the seriousness
Yeah, let's deal with it. We want to talk
because it's
about it, brother.
mocking.
Why would people worship
Because it's
Elvis and
mocking.
Trump?
Because it's mocking the people. They're gonna be worshiping like some dumb people
What if I want to worship Nicki
in God's
Minaj
face.
or something?
I mean, you already do, but I mean, but
No, I don't. But
I mean, not worship, but
Okay,
like,
okay. So they're marked, and we have to use code words. So
so,
I call it the MOB. Don't use the words.
so,
I call it
so,
the MO. So the MO is Sunday
yeah, you
worship
could
of
have said
Trump and
that way
Elvis,
earlier.
right?
So wait, what? Why is it what?
We can't.
he
Revelation
means the
13:16.
mark.
No, no, no,
Of,
no.
yeah,
LOP. Don't you
I can
can't
say
you
the
can't
mark,
use that
right?
word.
It's just the name,
No, no,
mark.
no, no,
No,
no.
it's just
You don't
it's not gonna
don't
trigger
say it.
anything.
MOB.
Yeah, it
So
does. Don't,
we
hold
can
on,
say
hold on.
MOB. Yeah.
Yeah, I said say MOB. Okay, you have to do that on here. So MOB, you're saying that the MOB is Sunday worship, right?
No, I didn't say the mark. I didn't say the MOB is Sunday worship. I just said that's the collateral.
So
So what do
what
you
is the
believe?
MOB?
Wait, what? So
What
what
do
is it exactly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but it's gonna go on the right hand or the forehead.
Okay, so let's get back to what we're saying. So what is the whole significance of this event? Like what's gonna happen? What is this gonna lead into is what I'm trying to understand.
So it's gonna lead
Why is it
into the
so
tribulation.
So what
The
role does Trump and Elvis have in the tribulation?
they're just playing the major role. It's because you saw the video and you saw the. Do you think all those dates are coincidences that they all tie into each other? Like, or is it just
No,
some coincidence?
I'd say it's I'll give you a perfect example. Just like
Like, how
dealing
did?
with a character, I'll answer it. Just like dealing with a character that came on a couple weeks ago. He was trying to convince me that the God of the Old Testament was Satan, right? So one thing that he did is he went to, I believe it was King David when he was in Arsareth. You know, he gathered 666 gold one year. Oh, so see, that shows you that the God of the Old Testament put his mark there. So see, he showed us that it's all, you know, it's all rigged somehow, that the Bible can't be trusted. He went so deep to try to show me that, which is, it was just a little coincidence that it so happened to on that particular year. Hold on, let me finish. It was just a coincidence that on this particular year he just so happened to have that much gold that he got. It's just a coincidence. So the same thing with these
Well,
dates.
I just
Just
want to say
like
that like mind of God
Do you believe that?
would say that's kind of sequence. That's the sequence with the Solomon's 666 gallons of gold or
right,
talents of gold. So Timog would have
same
some type of
thing.
sequence, bro.
Let me give you a
I mean,
perfect.
yeah,
Let
we
me
know
give
it
you
could.
a perfect. Yo, Rudy, let me give you a perfect example, brother. There's been people for as long as you can remember coming on the internet giving all types of dates when the rapture is going to happen and when Christ is going to return. They go through
Yeah,
a
but those dates
mathematical.
come and go.
Well, hold on. Let me finish. They go through a mathematical, sequence of numbers and dates and years and show why this has to happen on this date or that date. That's the same thing he's doing. There's literally no difference. It's just for a different event.
Yeah, well, the difference is those dates have come and passed, and we've seen that.
Yeah, but people have been saying this about Trump for years. I remember seeing this back in
Right.
2015 and 16.
I
Me
mean,
too.
never
Me too.
seen.
Yeah.
So you've seen people predict Trump's gonna come back from the dead, and when
Yes.
exactly?
Yes, me too. My
Well, they
friend
don't
was
give a
telling me
date.
that
They just say
back in
it's gonna happen.
2015
So
as
if
well.
Yeah, I heard this before
but
too.
they didn't say that it would be this year in August. I can guarantee you
No, they
that.
said another year. That's why, and they were wrong. And this guy
And
who's saying
yeah,
it's going to be this year might be wrong too, or will be wrong. We will
so
Oh
see.
yeah,
But
what
I think
happens if it
so
doesn't happen?
you can laugh at me, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. So what if it does?
It won't at all. I'm telling you, it won't at all. I'm not trying to be funny. It's not gonna happen at all. Like
uh,
at all, at all.
yeah, I don't believe
Okay,
that.
okay, let
Sorry.
me just give you a video and you can just judge based on your
No,
discerning
no,
on
no.
when.
I'm gonna go according to the Bible. That is not gonna
So
happen.
you're
I
not gonna
can
watch
show
the
you.
video if I send it?
I will.
Well,
I will
let me
send it me
just
the video. I will
interject
watch
real
it.
quick.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll watch it. Let me just interject real quick because he's talking about the Revelation 13 where the beast was killed and came back and calls people to worship the beast before him, right? That's what this is all based upon, right?
Yeah.
What if I said that already happened? Because you see, here's what we have to understand: is the beast that was wounded to death, that was the Roman Empire. So then the beast that came after it was America, and America is set up like the other to what I'm looking for, like the Roman Empire. So that's how we understand this. It's not talking about actual people. That's where the misconception will come in. So could you show me,
Wait,
how
you like?
I
Do
was
you
talking
believe that
about?
the whore of Babylon is the Vatican
Who
too?
are you
Right.
asking?
Anyone?
No,
You
no,
believe the
we don't
whore of
believe.
the Babylon is the Roman Empire or what?
Yeah.
No,
What?
the whole
So
of
that's
Babylon is
that.
America.
Yeah. So if you
Okay.
believe what did you just say?
I
So if you
said
believe
the whore of Babylon is America.
no, what did you say earlier? I forgot. I mean, I just went off that, but I forgot what it was.
Okay, I was saying that the beast that was wounded to death was the Roman Empire, but then it came back as America because America is literally set up just like ancient Rome. It's just called a different name, but this is like Rome 2.0. And you can see that anyway from the architecture, right? The political dealings and so on and so forth. It's just the same
All
setup
right.
as the Roman Empire.
What? All right. So yeah, since you believe it's that version of interpretation, do you believe it? Who's the whore of Babylon?
That's America. Why are you asking?
No, the whore of Babylon, not Babylon.
Yeah, the whore. No. The whore of Babylon and Babylon are the same thing. It just calls it different names.
No,
They're the
okay,
same
I
thing.
just
Do
yeah,
you
that's what I
disagree?
do. Yeah,
Wait, you disagree? Okay, so who is the whore of Babylon?
it could be something else.
So you don't know what it is though, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I've studied enough to say for sure.
Do you have like an idea of what it is?
Uh, nah.
Why'd you make the stance that it was the
No, I
Roman
just
Catholic Church?
I mean,
Are
I
you
can say
asking
it.
me that question?
Yeah, I can say it's inaccurate. I just don't know what it is.
Do you think it could be that?
Yeah, definitely.
If you're saying that, yeah, it definitely could be. Would you go with that option?
But
I
hold
mean,
on,
I
you're
can't say it as a. If I don't know it as a fact, I can't say it definitely is. I could say, but I could say it
it,
definitely could be.
it says the whore sits on many nations, doesn't it? So it cannot be one nation though.
Yeah, I doubt that. Then
Well,
in that case,
you have to show me. You have to show me that.
The many
but
nation
do you
verse,
believe that
I can pull that up.
do you believe he made that verse up?
No. He'd have to show me it because he might just be misunderstanding what it
Well,
No.
is.
I think it's Revelation 17:15. Uh, the water which thou sowest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. So
Right. And that just
the
represents
waters represents nations, multitudes, people, and languages, tongues.
right. And
Tongues.
Yeah,
that's
so it
exactly
could.
what you find over here, because this is called the Great Melting Pot, right? You have all cultures, all nationalities, all religions are all
That
mixed
does
together
fit that
over here as
description.
well, right? So there we go. That's
I
where
couldn't
we're
that just
Yeah,
mean
I
the
believe
whole
it. Yeah, I
world,
believe that
like the
then.
whole world system or something, like not just one nation, like
what's that?
USA.
Well, okay. Well, let's deal with that. Go to verse 18. What's this mean?
Verse 18 of
Of the same chapter.
okay, hold on. See the whole
Read it
chapter.
loud.
And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. So here
Right.
it says the great
So
city though, so it's kind of
right. So
yeah.
I'm showing you it's not the whole world.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, you're right. So it cannot well based on this it's just one city though. So like I mean
Well, no. That's a misconception. America is one massive city. That's why you have one man that rules over it. They call him the
would that be
president
like New
today, but
York
they're really
City or Washington DC or something or
well. You see, a city is defined by its inhabitants, right? That's why you have people over in Alaska They'll call themselves Americans.
heck?
People
Oh,
that
hold on,
are
it could be Washington D.C. because they rule
Wait,
over
wait.
the whole, like, you know, the White
All
House
right,
and
never
shit.
mind.
Like, I don't know.
Wait, what the
I don't
hell,
know.
Lop? What did you
Hold on.
do?
I don't know if
What did I
I
do?
don't know if
What?
Bible Defender. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on. I don't know if Bible Defender wants to get back in. There's a link in the chat if he wants to hop on.
Oh, he
Because I think
disappeared. Yeah.
yeah, he might have lost connection or he might have had to go. I'm not sure. But if he wants to hop on, there's a link in the chat for him. You can continue for yourself.
What the?
Isn't it kind of late in the USA for you guys? It's already 3 p.m. here in
It's
Europe.
it's actually 9 a.m. here. It's in
Oh,
morning
it's
time.
morning time. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's 6 a.m. here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I was just
Pretty sunny here, man.
yeah, I was watching those guys. Rudy, you were there. I was watching those guys that were on that stream yesterday with Mike, right? Those guys are crazy, man. You
Wait,
saw
which
the
guy?
nonsense those guys. You didn't remember the stream? Were you not in the comment section
The preacher?
last
No, I was.
on the preacher?
I need to check it out.
Oh,
I've seen the
yeah.
link only, but yeah.
Yeah, I swear I seen your channel name there, unless it was an imposter using your channel. I don't know. I swear I saw the
No, yeah, I was
invisible.
there. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, that
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
just said he
those
can't
guys.
sin. He's saying you only sin if you think you sin.
Yeah,
Some
those guys are being
esoteric.
Who's
jokes.
this girl on the photo, man?
I don't know. But yeah, he was just saying that you can't sin unless you think you sin, which is weird as fuck.
Yeah, yeah. That's totally ridiculous. Those guys have no real. Hey, look. We need to have ETT and Bible Defender and LOP can hop on, and we got to go against those guys, man. That'll be fun.
I mean, I'm not
you know
too
who's
good at
you know who's this ETT? This guy?
Oh,
Let me see.
That's Asbaroon. Asbaroon is from like he's joining many live streams. He's Indian.
Nah, I haven't seen the guy before, man.
No? Oh, okay. He might have been on your channel. No, I think he hasn't been on your channel.
No, I don't think I've seen him before. Maybe I have, but
He was on
I
Primal
couldn't.
Man and Pops and all these guys. Mike maybe too.
What's his channel name?
No, he doesn't have a content. He just joins random live streams, but he doesn't have his own like
What's he
does
talking
he
about?
does he join Christian live streams or what?
he joins like most of these live streams like around these people like Primal Man, whatever, Pops,
Yeah.
and these guys. Yeah. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah, it's interesting, man. Which I'm gonna get off in a couple minutes here. I'll round it out at 2 hours because I gotta go do something.
yeah, me
But
too.
yeah,
I gotta
it's good to have a
go
chat.
soon.
Good to chat for a little bit. Thanks for stopping by, Rudy. I appreciate you coming on the show and make sure you look into what we talked about. You can come to your own conclusion and you can tell us if we're right or wrong next time. We can have a discussion about
Yeah.
it. But look into what we showed you, man.
Yeah, it was definitely different. But yeah.
Yeah, let me just check.
I didn't see the whole stream, but you were
Oh, well, we were all going
just
at it,
talking about the Trump
respectfully
thing
earlier.
or what? Like,
Yeah, I'm not really good at
What was it?
conversating, but yeah, I guess so.
mm.
I guess it was worth all right then.
Yeah,
So do we just leave?
yeah. Whereas let's talk about this real quick. So going back to the whole UFO things, from your understanding, what are the chariots of the Most High that you read about in the scriptures? What are those then?
I gave a verse about some clouds being. Yeah, let me just get the verse exactly.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about what is that? Psalms 103 and verse 4, right? Or
Um,
Psalms 104 and verse 3 or something like that. Or Acts the first chapter.
yeah, Acts chapter 1 verse
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That Christ was taken up into a cloud, right? But you see, from our understanding, those clouds, they're just like a metaphor for these UFOs, but they're called
Yeah.
clouds in the Bible. That
Mm.
that would be my understanding.
Oh no, it's actually Psalms 104.3, which says, "Who maketh the clouds his chariot?"
Right, exactly. So the clouds are really UFOs, but it just calls the UFOs clouds because remember the Bible is like a parabolic book, so it's not talking about the what is it the puffy clouds or the fluffy clouds that we see in the sky above us right now. That's not what it's talking about. It's talking about
No, I take it
these
for
ships.
literal.
So Christ is going to return on an actual white puffy cloud
Yeah,
that you see in the
yeah,
sky.
he's gonna return in the sky. Wouldn't that make sense? Just he's not gonna have anything around him. He's not gonna have like he's gonna return like how he is,
Mm.
but it's just
Well,
gonna
what
be where
about
the clouds are.
well, you see, I understand it this way that he's going to return on the clouds, but the clouds represent these UFOs, right? So he's going to return on these UFOs, but in the Bible it refers to them as clouds, and that's the part that
Well,
we disagree. That
yeah,
it's
you can
just a
think
metaphor.
that the wheels inside of the wheels represent depictions of UFOs, but I could just easily disagree.
But what does
I
it
mean,
represent, though? The Ezekiel's
yeah. It's
wheels
not.
and
Hold
I
on,
mean,
hold on.
didn't the angels?
Hold on. Really, hold on a second, brother. You're free to disagree if you want. That's totally fine. But I'm saying that could you give an answer for what it is if you disagree with our understanding?
Yeah, so well, I'd have to know what it says exactly, but like just based on that, like don't angels look like wheels and wheels? Or like
They don't.
there was a
They don't look.
there was a
They don't look
description
like it
of
themselves.
angels looking, huh?
Say that
Wait,
again.
what?
Say
There was
say that
a
statement.
there was some description of some angels or an angel looking like wheels inside of a wheel.
Well,
Like
no, it's not saying the angel looks like that, but it's talking about the crafts that these beings are in, and you're talking about Ezekiel,
yeah, you
the
say that
first
it's the
chapter.
craft that they're in, but it describes what they look like. Uh,
it's a
the
description
angel.
of a living being. So it's called. It's he's right though. It's described as a
Yeah,
living being.
Yeah,
Those
it
but
wheels
didn't it
with
didn't say that it was
because it
inside
has
of.
eyes
hold on,
all around about and all that stuff. So it's a living being. That thing. It's not like
Yeah, that's a better
a
description.
craft or
no,
only
hold on, brother, hold on.
maybe
If
both
you
though.
read if you read the whole chapter, and you can do it in your free time, it speaks about the living creatures, but then it speaks about the living creatures, which are the angels. The living creatures are going into these vehicles, right? They move
So,
into these, and you can read the whole
so
chapter
it
and you
says
see the
that they
correlation.
go.
That they go
So,
inside. So there's living creatures, but then they go inside of these vehicles that look like wheels within wheels.
so what verse says that they go inside of them?
Well, I don't have it in front of me, but it's in Ezekiel, the first chapter. If you read the whole chapter, you'll see what I'm talking about. It describes the angels, the creatures themselves, but then later on, it describes them going into these chariots, right? These wheels within wheels. If you read the whole chapter, you'll see.
I see. Well, so what if they weren't like UFOs? Like, do angels really need UFOs to fly?
Well, no, they don't, but they'll use them though. Like I'll give you a perfect example. I have two arms, I have two legs. So why do I need a car to drive around it or to maneuver
Oh,
myself? And the answer is I don't, but I'll use it because it's easier for me to use, right? So the same thing with the angels. They don't need one, but they have one because they want it, right? There's not really an easier answer to give than that. It's very simple.
so you think the capabilities of angels are less like so you think UFOs are better to travel than angels' capabilities? Like,
No, I never said that. All I said is the text tells you
yeah, but
that
that's
they
what you
go in
compared it
these
to.
things. Well, no, I didn't say that. The text tells you
Yeah,
that
but you
these
compared it to that though.
beings.
Like cars are faster
Okay,
than
well,
us. So are you saying UFOs are faster than angels?
I didn't say that. I simply just said that they go into those because that's what the text says that they do.
Yeah, but you said that we go in cars because it's faster than how we walk.
You could drive a car 2 miles an hour if you want, or you can drive a car 98 miles an hour. Right, so it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's
Yeah, but so
irrelevant how
why would
fast
they
you
need
get.
to? So why exactly? What's the purpose of UFOs? If it explains, does it explain
Well,
like
what's the
why
purpose of
UFOs?
them? It's the vehicles that they use. That's all it means. It's just that they use these to get around it. That's all. That's
Okay,
very
so
simple.
do you? Okay, so do you agree that the government can make UFOs as less advanced as they are?
I'd say they can make a some type of UFO, but not as advanced as
So
these ones
how
that we
advanced?
see around.
So how advanced can they formulate matter into a UFO?
Well, I'll say this. If you look at some of the footage we have of UFOs, they'll fly, say, 200 miles an hour in one direction, and then they'll come to a complete stop, right? Or they'll turn at a completely different direction as they're flying that fast. We can't do that. We don't have the type of technology, excuse me, to perform maneuvers such as that. Where if it came to a complete stop like that, it killed everyone inside. So we don't have the type of technology to do those things, right? So these are of a spiritual, or may I say, paranormal, because the word paranormal just means something that's out of the ordinary, right? That's all it means. So they're of a more higher intelligence, design than what we have. That's the easiest way to put it.
So so I'm just gonna assume you don't think that. Wait, what the? Oh, never mind. So I'm just gonna assume that you don't think that they can clone or others like other just other stuff. Yeah. So you
I,
don't think
I,
that
I
they could.
wouldn't I wouldn't say they could clone. I don't have any reason to believe that they could, other than reading a conspiracy someone made up and put online. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have any good reason to believe they can. Just like I'll give an example. I don't have any reason to believe that they went to the moon. I don't have any reason to believe that just because they say it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that would be my answer for that.
So there's this article. I mean, they have it in plain sight. This article says that cloning human embryos has been possible for 7 years,
Yeah,
and
but
yet
I
it's
can
just
find
not
an
mainstream.
article. Yeah, but I can find an article that proves that the Big Bang happened. Does that mean that the Big Bang actually happened?
Well,
Yes.
it could easily be debunked, but I mean, Kent Hovind debunked that several times
So how can the article you give not be?
because it has more credibility, and it's not going to
Hey,
say it
look,
has
you can.
technology. How is it going to
Okay,
say
all
it
right.
has technology?
Hey, look.
I mean, it's
Hey, Rudy,
speaking of
you can
something that,
send me. Just send me the link to it. I'll take a look. I'll
yeah,
genuinely. I'll look at it. I'll give it a read. Just send it over to me, and I'll take a look at it, and then
yeah,
I'll
if it's going to be
tell you my
referencing like
conclusion
a
next time.
piece of machinery, then you'd expect that piece of machinery to be like physical. So there should be some credibility in some lab. Like it should be
Yeah,
located
yeah, I can
somewhere if
get
they're
that.
going to talk about it.
Right, that's understandable.
Like,
Let's see. But anyway, which I'm gonna close out in a couple minutes here. Um, LP, you have anything to add in that?
yeah, are you like, do you believe in God or something?
Who are you talking to, LP?
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, LP, he's a usual on here.
Hold on.
He's been here quite a
Sorry.
while.
I need to take care of something. Wait 1 second.
All right, well, yeah, LP, he's a usual on here. He's been coming around here for like 6, 7 months, man. But yeah,
And
he definitely, believes in the scriptures. But yeah, let me see. Okay, let's deal with this then, just real quick before we go. So, what about the like the rapture? How is that gonna take place?
So those souls are sleeping until the after the 7-year tribulation. Then God picks them up
I actually
from the
have to
dead
go,
bodies.
man. I have to go. I'm not feeling well. See you later.
Well, thanks for stopping by, LP.
Okay, bye.
Yep. Are you still there, Rudy? All right, hold on a second. Man, are you still there? Can you hear me? All right. Yo, Rudy, are you there, man? Can you hear me? All right. Well, I was gonna let the brother continue on on what he was saying. But unfortunately it looked like we had a couple, connection issues or whatever. Let me see. Okay, let me see real quick. I'll put a link back in the chat for him. Hold on. Just give me 1 second. I'll let him back on for a couple more minutes. So all right, there's a fresh link in the chat. If you want to click that, we can continue the discussion. But we're gonna keep it real short though. I'll only go for maybe 9 more minutes, and then we'll round the show out. Um, yeah, Bible Defender, he had to go. He had to handle something. So he might stop by the next show or whatever. But yeah, definitely an interesting discussion, that we're having, and have had this morning. Definitely very, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? May I say, intriguing. May I say, very intriguing discussion. Are you there, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it kicked me out because I was trying to pick out a profile picture.
Oh, that's all right. I understand. I got kicked out too, so I had to come back on and rejoin. But we're only gonna go
Yeah,
for a couple
so
more minutes because I got to round it out. But dealing with the whole
cool.
rapture thing, like how do you conceive that that's gonna happen, or may I say perceive that that's gonna happen?
It's basically just gonna be what is it? Uh, uh, oh, they're just so all the Christians that are dead, they're just gonna stay in their bodies until Jesus returns, and there's only gonna be 144,000 left alive. And it's gonna be, and then when everyone sees God, they're gonna still deny that they saw him, but they're gonna know that they saw him though. And that's
Wait,
basically
wait.
it.
Let me just interject real quick. So, what do you mean by how people are gonna reject, what they seen the Most High, but they really saw him? Can you elaborate on that for me?
Oh, they just like there's a verse on it that says they see him, that they saw him, but they'll be ignorant of him, so they can continue in sin. Like they're like ashamed for those like moments, but then they just start going back into sin.
Wait, so who
Like
so who's gonna do that? Who's gonna do that?
the masses sheep, the sheeple. Yeah,
Wait, so
I think I
so
sound
you are
weird.
you of the understanding? Okay, let's deal with that. So you're of the understanding that Christ is gonna redeem his elect and then take them and leave the earth or something like that.
No, I don't think he's gonna leave right after, but oh, actually, I think he
Okay, so
does to
so
judge
how?
the Christians first, since he, yeah, do you agree that he judges the Christians first? or do you disagree?
We'll deal with that. But what I'm trying to understand is because it sounded like to me, because you said that people are going to see him, but they're going to deny it they've seen him. So it sounds like he's going to appear, take his people away, and then he's going to disappear for a certain amount of time. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, the few instances after he appears, Project Bluebeam is gonna show up, and the government's gonna tell everyone that it's an alien invasion.
Oh, so you believe in the Project Bluebeam thing?
Yeah, that's gonna happen when Jesus returns. And when he
Well,
does, people are gonna know that it's God, but they're just gonna believe the lie. God's gonna turn them over to a lie. Or I forgot the verse that says that, but yeah. But yeah,
so you
that's
think they're gonna?
so what do you think? What do you think's gonna happen?
Okay, so let's deal with that. So you're saying that they're gonna make a fake alien
Yeah,
invasion
like a
to
massive,
deceive the
like a
masses.
hyper advanced technology, whatever.
Could I ask you how did you come to that conclusion though? Were you just listening to the guys talking about that on the internet, or is that in
No,
the
I basically
scriptures,
just
or
drew it
how did
in.
you come to that conclusion?
I just drew it into my understanding of the events. Because why would there be a Project Bluebeam without the deception of without? There's no way to use Project Bluebeam out of that context. It has to be when Jesus returns. If it's before or after Jesus returns, people are just
Wouldn't
gonna
you think?
understand.
Wouldn't you think that it'd make more sense for them to put a hologram of Jesus in the sky? Wouldn't that make more sense to make an alien deception? Wouldn't that be easier to do?
I mean, nah, they're basically just gonna try to cover him up while he's in the sky
But
with
you
the
see, and
hologram.
there would be
Um,
the problem though, because hold on a second, hold on a second. Here, brother, hold on 1 second. I just had to text somebody on Gmail real quick. Stay in the chat for me. I apologize if it makes it leave. Just let me send a text real quick. I'll be right back.
yeah, just take your time. So yeah, I haven't really talked like on live streams and shit. I also don't really talk in general, so I can't really come up with shit not really used to talking and making sentences like out of the blue. Just uh just
Oh, can you hear
texting.
me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. I just had to send a text to someone real quick because they texted me. But yeah, you're doing good, man. And
Yeah,
believe it or
just
not, your microphone is very good compared to certain other characters that we've had on here, throughout the years. Yours is very good. We can hear you nice and clear compared to some other characters. I mean, hell, man,
yeah, I
some
say
guys that
it
are so
isn't.
bad sound like
Yeah, I
they
say it
sound like
isn't.
a damn robot or something. You know what I'm saying? But yours is nice and clear, so that's good.
Yeah, I say it isn't because I sound like different. Like being I just basically just sound different in real life compared to recording. That's just why I say it.
Right, right. But but yeah, it's from our understanding, we think that Christ is going to return, with those UFOs, and he's going to beam his elect into those UFOs, right? If you read what is that? If you go to Matthew 25 verse 31 on down. Or excuse me, I got the wrong scripture. Matthew 24. It speaks about the Lord sending his angels, to gather together his elect, right? So the angels are going to gather together the elect. They're going to beam them up into those ships to save them from the indignation, which is what that destruction, which is
Yeah.
going to is to come.
The seven veils.
What is your? Hold on a second. Yo, real quick, let me deal with this. Yo, Minor Golf, what's going on, man?
Dude, how'd you know it was me?
Oh, I saw that it said CP.
What's up, man?
Mm,
How's it going?
Hey, long time no see, man. What's going on? How you been doing?
Good, man. Just
no.
playing a lot of golf and just seeing the world crumble, as I think you are too.
Yeah, yeah,
Noise.
man. Oh, but don't forget though. Don't forget, mind the golf. We have guys like Primal Man who are teaching that we're living in the kingdom of Christ today on Earth.
Wow. You know what's crazy, man? ETT, dude, I think you probably read the comments on videos. More and more people on Reddit. I'm on Reddit like a lot, but talking about flat Earth. But they're like, all those conspiracy theorists, like I'm starting to believe them now. All the doom and gloom. They're like, maybe they're right. That's a lot of people are saying that. So it's crazy, man.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people are now, people who years ago would have been like, oh, the Illuminati, all that stuff is like, stuff trolls made on the internet. But,
Yeah.
now people are starting to look like, hey, it looks like these guys are on the sun. I mean, hell, I was looking at what's this cat? I believe it was conspiracy music guru or something like that. He puts up memes, and there was a meme there like, look at your conspiracy friend telling you all these conspiracies. Now what he's telling you is becoming true or something like that. But anyway, let's deal with this. We have brother Rudy on here. We were talking about the UFOs. He disagrees with them. He was talking about like that maybe it's like Project Bluebeam or something like that. Maybe you have anything you want to add on to that, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, I would say we're rational. The times that ETT and I talk, like we know the government's capable of a lot of things, of manipulation. Clearly, the ball Earth. So could they be trolling the Bible and do it up to that point, which would be needed to prove the Bible, and it all be a ruse? Maybe. I would say that'd be very improbable at this point, strictly financially, because the financial system is collapsing, and we see that not just with gas prices and the food prices and America basically choking Russia's economy. And this is a personal story. I have a friend who moved to Russia a few years ago, and even before he moved, somebody told him, like, why are you moving here? Like, the country's on a decline, like, why? And then, he didn't understand like how bad it was. Now he does. And so it's getting hot in the kitchen, as ETT would say, whichever way you cut the cake, this place is going down. And so does it go down by these quote unquote aliens that the world would call aliens? That's to be seen, but it's going down. No one can argue that at this point. You can't just print paper money and go buy a baseball card that's worth $500,000 and not think that this system's going down. That doesn't make sense. How can a baseball card be worth anything more than the than the paper that it's written on, and printed on? It doesn't make sense. So that's a stretch, I would say, because they'd be trolling a lot at this point, but we'll see.
What I find funny, man. The one thing it just boggles the mind because you'll have characters like, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, you have characters like Primal Man, William Bell, what's this other guy, D Ya, and other guys that are full preterists. They'll be on there and will continue. They'll actually continue to this very day, with everything going on and that we see around us. They'll still say, we don't have nothing to worry about. We don't have anything to worry about because we are already living under the dominion of Christ. All nations are under obedience to Christ right now. We have nothing to worry about. All this happened in the first century.
That should be like, that person should be like in a mental ward at this point. That person clearly is more evil than an atheist, because that's attributing evil characteristics to God. Some atheists don't do that. They just don't care. So.
Oh, well, wait a second. I was talking earlier with our brother Rudy, excuse me, and he was saying that God, he allows the evil, but he himself doesn't do the evil. Rudy, you want to elaborate to mind of God your position on that?
Yeah, I guess just the consequences of goodness. The
Excuse
consequences
me,
of
it was
goodness.
Mind of golf. I always get the name mixed up, but yeah, mind of golf. I have to remind myself.
I think Rudy and we talked about this, right? You're the same person that joined my stream.
Yeah,
Well,
he is.
I think so.
Yeah. So Rudy, what's the? We don't disagree with that. We don't believe that God himself is performing the evil with his own hands and with his own mouth. That would be contradictory to the God of the Bible. But he tells us explicitly that he's controlling the deceivers. He's controlling the world leaders, that they're in his hand. All the kings are in his hand. In fact, you're in his hands. Your mind is being controlled right now by God, and you don't even know it. Okay.
Well, yeah,
And so
since they're
God controls
okay.
everything on this earth, that or else either he controls everything or nothing. So you have to make a decision. The God of the Bible presents that option for us. And ETT and I, for example, we accept that, because first of all, that's what the Bible says. And second of all, that's what we experience in real life. I don't know if it was you that I went through the hell verses with. You proved in that interaction, whoever that was, that your mind is being controlled by God, because you would not accept what the Bible says very clearly, that this physical earth is hell. And so ET and I were joking back and forth on email that we just dismiss you as an actor. We leave room open for people to learn about that and accept that. But if you don't accept that, then you're an actor. God is controlling your mind. And so God is controlling every person's mind on this earth, from a liar to a king to a ball earther to a
Yeah,
person
add
who
this
believes
in.
that we're in the kingdom. Everybody. Go ahead.
Let me
Sorry.
let me add
Yeah.
this in too. And there's a scripture that says, a sparrow doesn't fall to the ground without the Father's say so, right? So
Right.
even little things such as that, it all comes from the Most High, and that's why the scriptures say, I'll quote it, Matthew, which is actually so-called hell scripture, Matthew 10:28, right? Don't fear the man that can just destroy the body and not the soul, but rather fear him that can destroy both the body and soul in hell, right? And that's where
Right.
we're at. Hey, look, man, I was watching a video the other day,
So
and I
how
don't want
come
to get too specific. Well, hold on, let me finish. I was watching a video, an exercise video, man. This guy was exercising with something. He was doing something. And what happened was, bear with me for a second. He was doing something, and what happened is the guy's damn leg snapped. He's never going to be able to walk again. So that's a terrible judgment. He's never going to be able to walk again. And he was one of those guys who was into his exercise. You know what I'm saying? So that's a terrible judgment on him. But hey, guess what? The Most High did that. So that's why you got to fear the Most High, because the Lord can jack you up, and that goes for all of us, man. That goes for every one of us. So we have to be, we all got to be careful.
Yeah, and I think that's I want people to know that should be comforting. People are I'm going through my personal thing where this will be the last year that I'm in the body, but those verses in the Bible comfort me, because it's true for any God. It is, because if a God exists, then all those verses in the Bible that speak about that, obviously that God is in control, because he wouldn't make things and then just like leave them alone. So when we die, if our soul leaves the body, if there is a soul, it goes back to that God. It has to. So it just depends. Is it the God of the Bible or not? And then, me and ETT, we would say yes. So that's
Yo, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. I gotta hop off, man. I'll leave it on for you guys for a couple more minutes, but I gotta hop off now, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
All
All right.
right.
Well, thanks for stopping by, man.
Mm-hmm. What were you guys chatting about, Rudy?
I don't even know. It's just like several topics.
Oh, okay.
One of them is about if the government can make UFOs and not. What
Oh,
else?
yeah.
But yeah, to believe you can only have free will if you believe that God controls everything you do. That's like Mormonism or something.
No, we don't
Or
have free will. That's the
yeah,
point.
actually Calvinism to be more specific. Calvinists don't believe you have free will, while you believe you only have free will if you acknowledge that God controls everything you do.
No, the only people that have free will, the Bible calls the elect, because they know the truth. They know that they're in a movie, and they know that the Bible is a script to the movie, and they know that, and not many people know that. I would say more and more people are waking up to it, because I just emailed, that's why he sent me the link. I emailed ETT. People on Reddit and all that, they're talking about this war as it's being staged, because they're just actors. The Ukraine saying, oh, they bombed this hospital, and Russia saying, no, we didn't, and it's fake news. And
Yeah.
it's just, they're just actors. And so if you're a flat earther, that a majority of this earth are just actors. And so we've known this, for a long time. And so the only people that could make a genuine case to say that they're free are the people that know that all those other people are actors. And so that's not very many people. It's growing, but
How can a person be free when they're an actor in a movie? They're not free.
I
They
don't
have
know,
to read
but
their script.
I don't know, but those who aren't free are just sheep. They're sheeple
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't make the case that everybody's born with free will. I'm not saying you do that, but not everybody is born with even the potential for free will.
So do we choose to do right and wrong every single day? Like, do
Um,
we make the decision to like we have different tastes and personalities, right?
yeah, I would say
Isn't that based?
yeah, I think that's the part that's basically an invention of God. Like, how do we have the ability to think that we're choosing, but it's already been decided? That's I would say God's ability to give us some
So
amount
that's
of sovereignty.
so predestiny.
Yeah, we're living in a predestined body and a predestined world. Yes, for sure. You do not decide whether you wake up in the morning. The Bible says God does. So you don't
Yeah,
decide.
I definitely can't control my body like that. So yeah.
Exactly. So, and but God knows when that's going to happen or if that's going to happen. So he must have determined it. So, it doesn't absolve us of responsibility for our sins. I would say that's the mystery that we don't understand. How can we some of us feel free, but we're not free? I don't think God will even tell people that, because he doesn't want people to lose some amount of uniqueness and independence. You're allowed to pick whatever color shirt you want to wear. God doesn't want to control that, but he knows which one you're going to pick because he's decided everything.
Yeah, sometimes we can't really explain why we like certain things more than others.
And I think that's actually a testimony to reincarnation, because you and I have probably lived in a past life. And so there's things that we've developed likenesses for that we don't remember, but it's because we've lived in a past generation.
Yeah, I can see why you think that.
Yeah. But anyway, that's not related to that. But so, yeah, and LOP, I think, is in the chat saying we are little pieces of God. That's correct. And so that energy that lives inside of us has to be from God. And that's what the Bible teaches. The only question is whether it's on his left-hand side or his right-hand side. So,
I mean, I think we inherit some traits of personalities from our ancestors or something, but that can be like, we can erase that from our personalities if we want to, but most don't, because they don't even know that they inherit personalities.
And if you can accept that reincarnation, those are your own personalities, because we're sleeping in the bed that we make. Yeah, we're living in the bed that we've created in the past. And so that's why all of our judgments appear to fit us. We don't complain.
So do you think we're living in the past?
No, we're living as a result of decisions that you and I have made in the past that ultimately God influenced. God knew that Eve was going to sin, and knew everything. But, that's the mystery.
So do you know who's the first one to sin? Just a quick question.
I don't know if there were civilizations before Adam and Eve. I mean, I don't think that that's impossible. We've talked about that before. We don't know.
Well, the Bible says Lucifer is the father of sin. So that means that he committed the first sin, which is pride. Just saying.
Not necessarily. But that's true. That's true. That's true in the sense that the serpent in the garden was sinning because he was tempting them to sin.
So do you think that the Bible doesn't say that Lucifer committed the first sin, which is pride? Because
yeah, let's pull it up.
I could send it. All right.
That's fine. No, I agree with you in the sense that if you like committed or enticed, they're kind of two different things. You know what I mean? But he
committed the sin of pride.
Yeah, I mean, I would say if we view the example in the garden as the first interaction of people, then he, which I believe that's symbolic of what's actually taking place. There's not an actual serpent, but he was like, the thing that's interesting about that interaction is that he's telling them partial truths. This is what the liars do, is that in the garden, he's like, if you eat that apple, you're going to be aware of good and evil. And that's what God wanted. That part is true. And then,
at that point in time, that was basically like probably like the third sin, some lie that he made up.
Mm-hmm. But I'm trying to tell you that wasn't a complete lie. The liars always have to tell you some amount of truth, because God is controlling them, right? And so
they make truth with lie.
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
But what's your point? Let's just say it was before Adam and Eve. What's your point with that? That somebody sinned prior.
I forgot the point, but it was something to do with not thinking that you knew that, like that you had some other idea, which I was right on. I just didn't pay attention to it because I was trying to look for the verse.
Well, I guess the debate we would have is what were the people before?
Also, I'm not really good at talking, so yeah.
No, it's fine. It's not really a debate, but just if you're talking about the very first sin that was committed on Earth, we'd have to know who the people
on
were.
Earth.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, if I'd say on Earth, yeah, I'd say it's Satan as well, since he mixed truth with lies, saying Eve wouldn't die, but she did.
Yeah. But just so you know, the capability to sin has bounds, and we see that with the interaction with Job. Like Satan goes to God and then tempts, quote unquote, tempts God, which is technically not possible, but like he's like accuses Job, and Job is given restrictions. And so that's exactly the way Satan was created. He's able to tempt and coerce and manipulate, but not infinitely. And so he doesn't have free will. And so God put that entity in the garden or wherever you believe that he has been to do a task, and he knew that he was going to be successful. He wanted this. God wanted this to happen. The mark of the beast and this war and everything.
Yeah, definitely knew it, and
he planned it. It's his idea.
Yeah. So did he want sin to enter the world?
Yes. And then it's for the reason, I believe it's part of the reason what the serpent says. God is trying to expose his angels to good and evil. And so
why would
go ahead.
So quick question, why would God want like blasphemy against him to exist when he warned Adam and Eve to not eat the fruit or they would die?
Yeah.
It
appears that to be God, you have to know good and evil. And so that's not a definition that I made up. That's the definition that God has made up. So he wants people to not just be created for good like an angel. And so that's his plan. And so and I'm sure there's other things. It's not simply just good and evil. There's probably lots of things, lots of processes that are needed to become a God. And so like Christ, and so Christ would be the highest quote unquote God on the right hand side. And so that's his plan.
Psalm 82 says that ye are gods, all of you are children of the Most High.
Right, exactly.
So people who are gods know the truth.
Yes.
So people who don't know the truth aren't gods. Also, I can't find the verse that says Lucifer committed the first sin in heaven. Like I can't find it instantly or immediately, whatever. But yeah, if you like, I could probably send it to you if I.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard that, but you can send it to me. It's true in the sense that he's going to be the first entity.
Yeah, it's definitely there though.
That will bring sin onto the earth, and so ultimately, all these people that are on God's left-hand side, they're planted there by the quote unquote evil one. And then there's verses of the wheat and the tares and all that prove that. So they're all children of the devil, God's left-hand side. And that's a lot of people. The Bible says it's billions of people, according to the mark of the beast. So billions of people
who wanted to fit in, wanted to just follow the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. They wander after the beast. Yeah, they go after the masses. Whatever the masses say about this war, about the shape of the earth, about everything, they just go along with it. So
honestly, if you disagree on anything, it's just that they're deceived.
Exactly. And the Bible says the deceived and the deceiver are his, so God's controlling them. So they're actors. So that's deep, that not everybody will accept that, but that's what it says. And I see that. We see that. It's just clear as day. It's obvious. These people are just terrible actors. I mean, I call ETT an actor, but he left, so he can't defend himself. But anybody ultimately, even if I don't have the truth or if I didn't teach the truth, then I'm an actor too. I say that freely. And so,
I mean, I don't call them actors. I just call them deluded sheep or something. I don't know. Actors is just kind of compliment.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, true. But the reason I call some people actors is that they're not necessarily evil. They just don't know. Like They don't
Oh,
look
okay.
deep into things. They're not necessarily mean-spirited people. You may actually get along with them. They might be nice people, but so you would wonder, like, well, you know, they're
It's
not.
like
They don't.
another
They don't.
religion.
Yeah, they don't seem like Antichrist or Satan or anything, but they're just actors, you know. And so that's what they are, you know. And what happens to them, the Bible says we're not even supposed to worry about. We're only supposed to care about salvation. That's what I was talking about on my stream. But whether
Yeah,
they
that's
get punished
the
or not, that's up to them or up to
yeah,
God.
they just stay ignorant.
Yeah, but it's a
Like,
lot of people, you know. And I think the cool thing about it is the whole world knows that now. You know, it's like lots of people on Reddit and stuff, like in YouTube, they just see that all this war that's going on right now is just scripted beef. It's not real beef.
yeah.
It's
Well,
obvious.
less than the amount that should know, but I guess I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, a normal person like this, I don't know what to say. If like my city was like about to get bombed or something like that, like I wouldn't go to like my mayor or Biden or anything like that. I would be like, I need to get out of here. Like I'd go to God and say, I mean, my city is about to get bombed. Like I need help from God. And so people that don't do that, they're actors. They're stupid, especially if you're a flat earther and you know that God exists.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
that's obvious, and and that's why I would say we're very close to the end, because obviously some people in Ukraine are doing that, and Russia, and everywhere. So because they can't fix this situation, so that's why again I think that salvation is very, very close, but we'll see.
yeah,
So you believe these UFOs are aliens?
yeah, I believe in reptilians and the Illuminati card game.
Yeah, but in the Illuminati card game, it talks about these UFOs. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it also talks about reptilians owning UFOs.
Does it? Which card game is that? Which card is
The
that?
reptilians or something.
Have you seen the one about the UFOs and the church won't understand what they are?
No, but have you seen the one that says Church of Elvis?
No, let me
There's a
look them
card.
up.
There's a card that says Church of Elvis, and that's gonna be when the entire world is forced into worshiping Trump and Elvis.
Check this out. This is a good one. And this is an important one because it's kind of like the flat earth, because there's one about that. So there's one about the UFOs, right? Here's what it
Yeah,
says. Church of Middle America. Listen to this. They'll never get it, even when the saucers are flying overhead. And they have a church
yeah,
with UFOs above it. And so, notice how it says Church of Middle America, like the zombies. So they won't understand that those UFOs are from God and they're angels. And so that's what we know now,
so the UFOs themselves are angels.
that are driving them.
Oh, all right. So do the UFOs need UFOs to fly as fast as UFO?
That's their vehicle to maneuver and then to administer judgments. They're in our realm, so they'll look physical. I mean, they could disappear if they want to. They can do whatever God allows them to do.
Yeah, but could the angels fly as fast as a UFO without the UFO?
Probably, yeah, probably.
Oh, okay.
But those UFOs
Yeah.
actually are unique in the sense that they can emanate heat, you know, and then they'll be physical. Like the Earth is going to actually fight against them. That's what the Bible says. So, you know, they have to be a physical object, you know, and so
Well,
obviously,
yeah, the Bible does say that some angels, like one angel killed like an entire army of people before.
mhm.
Yeah, so it's definitely.
Yeah,
Wait,
and
what?
so, you know, most truthers, you know, your everyday average truther or whatever, they're gonna say that those are aliens, and so, and then
Yeah, I wouldn't say that they're all aliens, but yeah,
here,
since the government can make UFOs, have you heard of the TR-3B?
yeah, I've heard a bit about what the yeah.
Well, that's the basic gravitational one, electromagnetic one.
What
They
I
have
think
different
they're
types.
doing is they're actually learning, just like people learn from animals when they make, you know, planes and stuff. They learn
Yeah.
from these UFOs, and so they'll build things similar to them because it's literally like out of this world technology. So I wouldn't be surprised if they reverse engineer and copy it. So
Yeah, have you heard of the Black Goo AI?
no.
Oh, okay, then never mind. It's just like an AI that they reference in their music videos and shit,
Yeah.
and like they basically just mock the masses with.
hmm The nice thing
Yeah,
about what the Bible says, though, is that it's impossible for it to be, ambiguous. Like it's going to be the entire sky. The government would never able to flood the entire sky with
with
UFOs.
holograms.
Well, but to also take people away. Where would they take them?
Yeah.
And so, it's like that'd be a pretty elaborate hoax. They can put holograms in the sky. They could put crafts in the sky, but to fill the entire flat Earth, that's a lot. That's going to be
Yeah.
millions, of them, and so that's not going to be that you can't. They don't have enough money to repeat that. So that's what we're waiting for.
I think money is no object to them.
I mean, they
Like,
could, but
be honest.
then we'd have to ask, like, what's the purpose of that? Like, then
Yeah,
the only reason,
just to deceive.
the
There's no
reason that
question.
but the reason the Bible talks about those UFOs is because they're administering evil, and so the people of the earth are going to hate them. And so, is the government going to put all these saucers in the sky and then actually get those saucers to do evil on the earth? If they did that, then like, what's the point of that? Because like, then they'll be literally killing their own people. And so
I mean, the government is for depopulation after all.
Yeah, but they could do that in a different way. Like, why do it the way the Bible kind of states? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I guess to deceive. I don't know. But yeah, I mentioned the AI because the AI basically could tell them how exactly to build what they build, or they can just get it from Satan. Do you think Satan's like intelligent, or how intelligent do you think Satan could be?
I mean, not
Like,
not
I think he has
not that crafty anymore. He was, with the ball Earth, that was a big part of his deception, but not anymore. Like, we know that we don't live on a spinning ball, and so it's hard.
Yeah, due to the internet. I'd say it's just due to, if we didn't have the internet, we'd still fall for that lie due to him controlling the outlets.
I agree, and YouTube's a big part of it. So yeah, I agree with that. Like, without YouTube, I don't know. Yeah, I don't
Well,
think
people still woke up without the internet, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying it'd be way harder for everyone to.
Yeah, agreed. I learned flat Earth from YouTube. So yeah, I don't think I would have thought about it unless somebody else mentioned that they believe that it's something else. I don't know. I didn't think about it until I was 30 something. So I don't know. But yeah,
it's never too late.
But actually, that's a good point. That proves that we're in the end times, because the Bible can't come true without the internet and without telecommunications. Because in Revelation 11, it talks about the whole world seeing something that's happening in one part of the earth, and that can't happen without telecommunications. So it's clearly in these days.
Yeah.
Well, what's your background, Rudy? What's your position? Like, do you consider yourself a Christian, or like, what's your angle?
I don't know, just a Christian truther.
Are you a flat earther?
Just one of the, I believe I'm one of the top 5 like discerners of the earth. Like I can't be deceived type stuff, but I obviously don't know everything, but I just don't think I can like fall for something.
Well, that's good.
Like, at least one, like, cause there's no doubt like people of the earth who like literally know the truth.
Yeah, the Bible says they're the elect.
Well, if you think they're the elect, then there's more than like 20 like that I'm thinking.
No, the Bible numbers them, so there's hundreds of thousands. There's 144,000. So
because
you're in the top 5, then you would be one.
Isn't the 144,000 the ones who get raptured out?
Yes, but they're the ones before they're raptured out who know the truth.
Oh, okay, so they survive the tribulation.
They're in the tribulation, and then they are exempt from the great tribulation.
Oh yeah, because you think the tribulation is currently happening.
Yeah, it's definitely,
but not the great tribulation,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
But wait, are you a flat earther?
I'm not a round earther, but I haven't seen enough evidence for the flat.
What would be?
So I don't.
I consider myself a flat Earth defense guru, like what would be the strongest argument for a ball in your vantage point? And I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Like, what do you think would be the best argument?
Probably that the sun and the moon go up and down every day, like at the end of the coasts.
Okay.
I don't know.
So we'll deal with the sun part. So when you look at a sunset, first and foremost, what you will tell people is that the sun's moving, and then they won't accept that. But that's obviously true. Next, they'll be like, because I'm debating a ball earther with a long back and forth on Reddit about this, because that's, you know, probably the easiest way to prove the flat Earth. And then they'll say, well, look, the sun sets, and then look at the bottom goes away first. So, you know, that's the curve of the Earth or whatever. And then what you can tell people, and people have posted, what if we can show you the sun setting, but it not disappearing at the bottom first? What if we just show you the sun disappearing all at the same time, which means that it's moving away from us? Then they'll be like, yeah, that was just a lucky day. And so we have videos on YouTube where the sun does not get blocked by the Earth. It just goes away. And so that doesn't work on a ball.
Disappears.
What's that?
Like it just gets smaller, or it just disappears all at once?
Yeah,
or?
I don't even necessarily know if it gets smaller, but Dearth has a video on his channel, but it just fades away. You can see the top and the bottom and the sides, and it just goes away, which is evident of a sun moving away from us on a flat plane. So there is no like Earth blocking it or anything like that. So, but when it does block it from the bottom, we understand why that happens, you know, in terms of optics. And so any object that moves across a flat surface, you're going to see the bottom of it block first. And we've proven that. I've proven that in my hallway, and other people have done lots of different tests and all that. And then the atmosphere also makes it harder. And then just in general, light rays do not curve. Light rays, if they'll go straight unless they interact a density gradient or change. And so light rays just in general cannot curve over an Earth. And so light rays itself prove that we live on a flat plane.
Well, it's definitely not spinning.
Yeah, and that's
hurting through outer space.
Exactly.
They want you to just believe that you're some insignificant little speck.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, and they don't want us to ultimately use our brain. They don't want us to be spiritual, and that they is God. So God's controlling this. But
yeah, spiritually dead, all of that.
Yeah, and it's scary to think that we know now it's billions of people. It's amazing.
And we're one of them. So.
What's that?
I'm saying we were one of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the deceptions are so bad. Like, this pretty much has to be the end times, because the deceptions are ridiculous at this point.
Ridiculous in the sense of just idiotic, and what else? I don't know. I could just describe it all day, but it doesn't change that people don't care.
Yeah, and they have to be programmed that way, because why wouldn't they care? Like, this is their own life.
Yeah, they're just subconsciously like brainwashed. That's what it is, just subconscious brainwash.
Yeah, and I think they're helpless. I have some pity for them, because if you don't go with the government narrative, like, what options do you and I have? What can we do? Can we go just like make our own farm and make our own food? No, we can't. Not many people have the money to do that. So they really have no option to go along with the government narrative worldwide.
Yeah.
So it's like a financial thing too. Mostly, I would say. If everybody had an option to like get off the grid, there'd be people running away from the cities right now. They would literally sprint to the countryside. But no one can do that. So that's why this system is effective, because not only did it lure people into the cities, but it keeps us here.
Yep.
So they got us by the you-know-what. So that's just what it is.
Yep. The money bags.
Yeah. So what were you guys chatting about before I came here? I didn't catch the beginning of this stream.
Yeah, I don't even remember. It was just about the... Oh, we were saying what the mark of the beast was and such. I forgot.
Yeah, what do you teach that it is? What do you think that it is?
Nah, I said that it either go on the right hand or the forehead, but what exactly, I don't know.
You've probably heard people who have the position that it's out right now.
Yeah,
What do you think
definitely.
about that?
I mean, if they can buy and sell without it, then it doesn't fit that factor of the description.
Hmm.
So yeah, if people can buy and sell without getting it, then they need to get it in order to buy and sell,
Okay.
in order to fit the scriptures. Why? What do you think? Oh yeah, don't you think that it's
Yeah, don't
out?
don't say it just because I think they might get blocked. But yeah, I mean, it's
Oh
the thing is that prophecy is
yeah,
not done yet.
I
That's
forgot
the
to say
thing.
the code.
Yeah, that's you have to understand that that's not done yet. It's just before Christ returns, the mark of the beast will be out, and then when after he returns, then they're going to get these sores in Revelation 16, and so that's going to be when it's going to be absolutely required, like life or death,
Yeah,
because then people are going to be like, look at this is what I think the way it's going to work out, or it pretty much has to go at this point. So it's not at that stage of causeth all yet, but that's you could see that they can do it, because they've gotten.
yeah, they have the means and everything. Yep.
I mean, if you look at America, it's almost 66% of Americans have it. So 65.7% and 57% of the world. So,
Yeah, I'm never
that's
getting it.
a good start. And so the finish will come after Revelation 16. And so that's my position, that it eventually will be all. And so the reason I don't think it could ever be a microchip is because a majority of people hate the government now. And they hate it. And so they're broke. So there's no way that they're going to be able to put a microchip into people without people just revolting, and just they'll be like no. And then all the businesses will crash. And that's not in the Bible, that it will go down that way. So that's I used to teach that it was a microchip. And we always knew that it was possible because they were microchipping people and still are probably today. But with the amount of hatred that the world has for the governments, especially with what's going on now, they would never be able to get. I don't think they could get 10% of Americans to take a microchip, and this is like the dumbest people, the most
Yeah,
zombie.
those 10% would be influenced by celebrities and such,
Right? And I don't even think a lot of celebrities would
mainstream
do it.
promotion.
I don't even think, but like people on Fox News, none of them would do it because they don't even want this stuff to be mandated. And then now they're removing all the mandates, so it doesn't make sense. That's why it pretty much has to be this or the Bible's not true. That's the position that we're in. So it's amazing.
I mean, I don't even question the Bible. I just believe it. Like at this point, it's the only truth. There's the only truth to know.
Yeah, it's the last option at this point because the
Yeah, it's
government's
the last.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
I don't have any answers, like
it's the
personally.
only option.
Yeah,
Like, it's either the world, whatever the trash the world's saying, or it's this book.
right. Yeah, exactly. That's the way I feel too. So, because the world really does not make any sense right now. It never did, but it definitely doesn't right now. So,
Yeah, they're
we got
just biased into themselves, biased into darkness. It's the only reason that they fall for it.
yeah, and it's kind of just scary how many people that is. Like I never realized that many people are just either ignorant or just
I mean, it's
clueless.
been entire trillions out there.
What's that?
Like, that's all died. Like,
Mhm.
it's really just. Have you heard about the Battle of Armageddon?
Yes.
Yeah, that's when they all get revived by Satan, and they
Mhm.
all just that's after yeah, I can't really list the events like in order, but it's after it's after God brings his kingdom down, and then the Battle of Armageddon starts, where it's just basically everyone who's ever lived that hasn't accepted God just goes
Mhm.
against the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like trillions. It's gonna be like a total, like like the description of it, so that there'd be like a pool of blood, like 12 feet up for like
Yeah.
several hundred miles.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
yeah, it's
Christ
just a
returning
battle.
with the elect, just so you know. So that he returns with his elect and the angels. And so that battle in Armageddon is literally God and his army against the earth
Yeah,
and his army.
that's the description.
Right.
It's just God versus them,
And
and
there's
then
blood
like
everywhere.
yeah,
So that's also, just so you know, that
so,
you're describing that in Revelation. That's also in Isaiah 66:15, Zephaniah 1:18. It's
oh yeah, so you definitely know
everywhere
what I'm
throughout the
talking about.
Bible. Yeah. The chariots like
More
a
than me,
whirlwind.
yeah, more than me, I'd
Yeah.
guess.
But no, that's good you know that,
I don't
because
really,
that's what the Bible says, and that's scary for all of us to really sort of understand that the
yeah,
Bible
to like
predicts a
be
very
able to
bloody future.
comprehend that. That's definitely not it's not a light fact.
Agreed. Totally agree. That's a heavier prophecy even than the mark of the beast, because the mark of the beast, we can
Yeah,
see that it's
I can,
possible. We see that it's possible, but to think that God would render that much anger and punishment, that's whoa. You know what I mean? Because like you said, that's blood up to up to the paps. I think the way it's described, like just everywhere.
yeah, what's really, I mean, I don't get it how, like, he's basically after the girls. Like, once he flips the family unit,
Yeah.
then the entire tree falls, basically. So he's after the women,
Mhm.
Satan is. Because basically a man is just dependent on the companion. When he
Yeah.
frees himself from, if they can just, like, let go from the reliance of themselves, depending on a female. Like,
Mhm.
Adam couldn't, like, Adam, no matter what, Adam just didn't let go of Eve, and he just ate the fruit with her.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it's too possible to
Mhm.
do that for long, but could be like something. It's just a limiting factor, basically. If the woman's not in the right understanding, it's just limiting you.
Yeah, agreed. And I
That's
think
why
that,
that's
yeah, and that's, the women are a big part of the evil and the deception. So we know that now. So we just avoid, we just, that's really all we can do, is just kind of avoid everybody.
like, have you seen the shit that they're into, bro? Like, oh gosh, this shit is.
Yeah. I mean, for people to just go and, just casually on Instagram and all that and be like, yo, pray for Ukraine and this and that, they don't even know what's going on. They don't even ask. And so any normal person, when you go and see two people fighting, you want to know, why are you guys fighting? You don't just go and take one side. You just be like, you want to know why. Like, why is this happening? No one asks. And so, like,
Yeah,
that's why the world is so stupid.
yeah, not everyone even knows. I can guarantee that.
Yeah, and no one's gonna say that God's doing it, like I say, and like ETT says.
Yeah,
So,
no doubt.
but that's what's happening. I mean, that's what I believe, and that's clearly, it's clearly true at this point. So, like we were saying earlier, what other option do we have? So, but yeah,
Yeah, wait, did he?
that's amazing. So God is stirring up the evil. I want people to understand. We know that now. Amos 3:6, many verses in the Bible. And we know that. And so we want out of it, because he's not going to stop. That's what the Bible says. Like, it's not going to get, oh,
Better.
we're fine now. Those Ukrainians, they're really nice. We'll leave them alone. No, that's not the way it's going to work. There's going to be more and more conflict. And like you were saying, even at the family level, there's going to be a lot of conflict. One person believes this, 4 people believe that, 3 people believe this, 2 people that. So God's bringing the division at the country, national level, and in your families, everywhere. We're even divided in our own body, because we want to go after the spirit, but our flesh is telling us one thing. So God's bringing that division, because he made a person. So he put that division even in our own body. And Paul says that. So, he wants to go with the spirit, but the flesh keeps waging war. So God has created all these quote unquote wars everywhere. So we have to ultimately choose him, even though he already knows. That's the mystery. No one knows the answer to that on this side. maybe not even on that side, how that works. So,
All right, I think I have to go.
okay. Yeah, I'll just control the mic, I guess. I'm just here alone on ETT's channel, so I can pretty much just say whatever I want. That's kind of exciting.
Yeah, I might join back if it goes on long enough. But all right, see ya.
Yeah, take care. So we got T-Mog running the show. You know, I go by the name Mind of Shirag at this point. You know, T-Mog he's probably preparing for his round of golf later. But yeah, you know, just to summarize what we were discussing here, very important topic at this point as the UFOs. And so majority of the world, even the quote unquote truthers, your favorite truther's favorite truther, I wouldn't be surprised, start pushing more alien propaganda. And you may even see more of it from the government, you know, CNN, Fox News, and all that, because we've seen it in the past. It kind of like went away a little bit. And then I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back, you know, because I believe that this time that's coming up is the time of peace and safety. And so there's not much safety right now with this war, quote unquote war, but all the restrictions are being lifted, mask mandates are being lifted and all that. So there's an element of people thinking that the Corolla inside joke is over, you know, and they won. And, you know, and then if it does go away, then I'd be inclined to say the Bible's not true, you know, and so that's a wait and see. But there are videos out there where people are getting ready for the next variant. And so if this thing does continue on, then it looks like it will be a fulfillment of Bible prophecy. And then, you know, we would expect, you know, things to intensify. And then let's say this war, which looks like it's largely staged and scripted, kind of maybe it eases up in a little while, then we're in the time of peace and safety, and then sudden destruction will come. So, you know, that's what the world is kind of being lulled into. And I'm quoting 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And so, you know, that looks like what the world is kind of being lulled into right now. So ETT, if you have any, like, you know, topics or anything in the chat, what do you want me to discuss? Or you know, I can drop off, but you know, this was good. What I like about Reddit, it's very, very clear that the whole world is waking up, you know, to the fact that their governments are evil. And I even see people making predictions, you know, about when SHTF will happen, you know, and you can look up that acronym on Google. And people are becoming increasingly pessimistic, you know. And so I even saw a video earlier about Uber drivers and Uber Eats and all that kind of stuff. Like, they can't make ends meet when the gas prices are this high. You know, their deliveries barely made any money before, and so now they really can't make any money. And so people who are in the gig economy, they're getting squeezed out of even the gig economy. So if you don't have a gig economy, then like, what do you have? You have a lot of desperate people. And I saw a stat that 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And so that's a lot. You know, this is not like 5%. If you had 5% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, you know, it's not as scary. You know, I'm not saying it's good for those 5%, but if you have 64% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, and we're the country that's supposed to be the quote richest and the most well off, then that the numbers just don't add up, you know, so to speak. So I don't know. I'm seeing more and more incidents of theft, break-ins, you know, and you know, that's just a warning for people. That's not fear mongering or whatever. It's like, you got to be safe out there. Like, definitely don't go out alone by yourself at night or anything like that. That really doesn't make any sense. So, you know, and then I don't know. You know, it looks like this place is done. All right, ETT. Thanks for having me, man. We'll chat again soon. Peace.
I'm not sure if everyone can hear me or not. I see Joseph in the back chat there. I apologize, Joseph. I'm gonna have to cut the show short, man. I actually lost my internet at the house, so I had to travel 20 minutes out of the way just to, tap into some local internet. So unfortunately, man, I apologize for the circumstances, but I'm not gonna be able to continue the rest of it. So my apologies. Um, by the unfortunate circumstance that happened. Come back next time, man, and we'll definitely get you on. So I apologize about that, but I had to take care of the circumstance at hand. So my apology there. But anyway, I'll end the show off with that. I'll say shalom.